And okay, won't be long. Eh, good. Make it a little too much. Make a little too much. Ouch. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick shower. There you go. Apologies. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Another day, another opportunity. No, dude. Sería pues por llevamos aquí. Mm. Mm. Let's do some the outdoors boys. I don't know where the controller is. Where are you? Kinda crazy. J'ai pas l'argent pour ça. Wow. Real life gamer girl. You know what, my controller, my remote. Okay. We're possibly gonna just watch some. Look here with the outdoors boys. Ooh. Yay. Okay. I'm fucking bored. Also, I don't have my controller. Can you show me user for what?
To watch the video version of Park After Dark in my fucking... To watch the video version of Park After...
Okay. DSP. I am just a freak. So it's April.
I make meaningful content for a group. I don't want to hear your bullshit. Really, I'm not going to be a part of your toxic shit.
This would not be the end of the feud as it would escalate. ESP revealed that he was talking to Wings and Boogie to do a podcast without Keem. Wings and Boogie started getting mad at ESP because he cost each of them $50,000. Keem then claimed that he was going to interview a family member of DSP, which made him angry and made a video about how he might have to get a restraining order against Keemstar.
Last year, Keemstar has been trying to contact me. He's been publicly tweeting about me, threatening me and saying I absolutely must contact him or else. I did have a little bit of back and forth conversation with him in DMs on Twitter. He made a series of little cutesy mini videos about me, discussing me from time to time. Very flattering videos, by the way. And after having some discussion with him in DMs, I said, hey, let's talk further via email. He refused. He wanted to actually talk to me on the phone. I found that kind of forward. I was like, whoa, well. All right, well, the thing is, I kind of had to give him my number because I'd been doxxed years ago. So if I didn't give him my number, he was going to have it anyway. I thought I made it abundantly clear, but I guess I didn't. So now I have to make this video specifically to say publicly, directly to Keemstar as well as the rest of the internet, I will not go out with you, Keemstar. All right, I'm sorry. I know you're interested. I know you've been trying now for about a year, and you've been really trying. It's like real try-hard mode. I get it. You know, I've been there when I was younger. I used to have a crush on someone, and I was kind of like trying to totally get her attention constantly. Didn't work out for me. But by the way, just so you know, I am married. All right, and so I'm just not interested in you, man. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry I ate your chocolate. I should have probably just rejected them. I couldn't help it. They were so delicious. But anyway, what it is this guy seems to have in his head that he is so important, he is so powerful and rich or whatever it may be, that no one can ever say no to him. That there's got to be a miscommunication, or there's got, you can't say no. For some reason, if he makes an offer, someone has to accept it no matter what. That's not reality. That's the reality that apparently he lives in. So he's been stalking me, literally for a year. He won't leave my name out of his mouth. He keeps constantly bringing me up, insulting me, but then he wants me on his show. Then he threatens me to be on it. Threats aren't going to get me on your show. I'm already not interested, and now you're threatening on top of it. It's not going to work, all right? He went back to Boogie and Wings and basically said, well, now I'm going to offer them their money again, their $50 grand, only now I'm going to find a third host because Phil doesn't want to do it. So he makes a tweet about this Friday night on his Twitter. DSP has been kicked off the Lolcow cast, and we're going to find a third member. Who should it be? Everyone give me your opinions. And I read, I'm not on the podcast. I never was. I never talked to him about it. I never agreed to do it. How can you kick me off of a podcast I'm not on? Again, it's delusion. It's actual egotistical delusion, like a stalker who won't leave you alone and is creating this weird narrative in their head when they get rejected, okay? Morning and said, listen, here's the deal. I wish Boogie and Wings the best. I'm done with this drama. I want nothing to do with it. I'm just completely done with it. I just want to move on with my life and not be involved in any of this stuff. I'm done with it. The answer is, if it has any involvement with Keemstar, I don't want involvement. I'm moving on. So good for them. If they want to do business with Keemstar and they make a lot of money and they find a third host and they make $1 million each, great for them. I don't care. Just leave me out of it. Completely leave me alone. I'm done. Okay? That's where I left it Saturday morning. I think that's it. That's the end of it, right? I said my piece. We're done. I get up this morning. Everyone's telling me, oh, did Keemstar tweeted about you again? I'm like, what? Like, have I not made it abundantly, straightforwardly clear? Again, it's like the mindset of a stalker that won't take no for an answer. He keeps talking about me. So now he made a tweet overnight saying ESP now has 48 hours to publicly apologize to the Lolcow cast, and then he can be on the show again. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you deaf or stupid or both? Okay? Wow. I really feel at this point, and I wish I were joking. I'm starting to get scared. I'm starting to think I should contact someone about getting a restraining order against this guy. Like, he won't take no for an answer. I've said it 1,000,000 times. I want no involvement with Keemstar whatsoever. All right, none. I want nothing to do with this man. I want him to leave me alone and stop mentioning him, stop considering me for a show or any project. I want no business relationship whatsoever with Keemstar ever to do with you at all. I don't understand why this guy keeps bringing me up. I don't get it. I'm at a loss. It's, again, the only thing that I can think of is I'm the only person in his entire life who's actually told him no. That I don't want to do anything with him, and he can't handle that. He can't handle the fact that someone would say no, especially someone like me who knows I could use money, it would help me, but I have morals. And some people say, well, you can't swallow your pride. There's a difference between swallowing your pride or actually having an ethical code that tells you don't do business with this person who does things you don't stand for. I don't like the way that he operates. I think he's hurt people. I even hear more stories. I keep hearing more stories about how he just started a new show called The Keemstar Show, and apparently within a couple of months of the show running, one of the hosts wanted to quit, and he gave him a hard time, and now he's slandering that person. It's like, wow, here's a case in point. Something he just did, a business relationship that fell apart, and now this guy's being destroyed by Keemstar because he has a business relationship with him. This is literal, not logical thinking. This is like crazy person thoughts in their head. Oh, he really wants to be on the show. No, he really wants to be on the show. We should give him another chance. Maybe he'll do it now. No, I don't. Leave me alone. And I mean it too. Like, if this continues, I might have to start looking into like, what can I do to protect myself from someone who won't leave me alone? I'm tired of it. This place become like a mass campaign against me. He's bringing me up in a negative way. I'm done with it, man. I don't bring up him unless someone brings him up.
New perk.
I don't care about this guy. We couldn't be further apart in mindset and what we do with content on the internet.
soothe his ego and distract everyone else from noticing the drama. We then saw the emergence of Jinx, which we all knew right away that it was OIC. Jinx decided he wanted to revive the best streak and bring back some of that positivity. Now this is a bad idea for multiple reasons, with one of them making Phil get more entitled and raising the bar of how much his audience now has to spend on him. Remember that the original best streak, he was only looking for $200 a day, and now wants $300 a day. Soon every stream was the Jinx stream, with 95% of support would be from Jinx. DSP tried to convince people that Jinx wasn't the only one supported and went on a crazy rant.
Pretty crazy, so listen to this. As I said last night, this week we have an unprecedented amount of support. We had 6 straight streams where we hit my support goals, if you can believe it. So this morning, I'm on the podcast, and some people coming in and supporting, and it's not Jinx, who's the person who has come this week and basically done a ton of support, allowing us to hit the goals every stream. It's not them. It's other people. Before Jinx ever even showed up to my first stream today, we had already hit all the tips calls. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. There's a rally. For some reason, I don't know what happened. There's something in the water, there's something in the air. Rallying support this week is outstanding. And we hit all the goals on the first stream, and on the late stream, we had some support. It was a little on the slower side, and then Jinx came in and did a big tip, and then we hit those goals too. So it's pretty crazy, the level of support that I've gotten this week. Again, I don't know what is going on there. Of course, now, what happens is you hear all these crazy theories. I had some crazy conspiracy theories email me. Oh, don't you know that Jinx is a secret detractor who's teaming up with Secret Limited to try to ruin your channel and this and that? And it's like, oh, don't you know it's only iced coffee, and he's just the same guy coming back from 4 years ago supporting you again. And it's nuts. And the thing is, here's the thing. If you haven't noticed, I'm not using a vest counter, and I'm not going to. I'm not using a vest streak counter or anything. It's not like 3 years ago, all right? If we continue to get this level of support every stream, I'm ecstatic. It's amazing. It's helping right now. It really is. I'm grateful and appreciative that everyone's kind of coming out supporting in all various ways they are. And tomorrow's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't want my streams to be focused only on this. I talked about this, this morning, called the best streak 3 years ago. Kind of didn't work out because after a few months of it happening, people were all about that and trying to derail the content. It was more about, gee, will you get the best stream tonight rather than, gee, what's the game's playing? Is it any fun? Or, I don't want the streams to be about that. I feel like the quality of the content degrades when you just focus on that. So that's why I'm not going to be doing this counter or anything. But hey, if it continues, it does, and, people are going to be talking about it. Because obviously it's happening. It's not me straight freaking streams where I hit my score goals. That's insanely cool.
Store.
Anyone who's been on those streams and supported, anyone who's been behind the scenes, overnight tips and stuff. Yeah, if you tip overnight, I always count that tip.
Ay, ay, ay.
So if you happen to be watching this, I want to support
Okay, we did it.
that will count for tomorrow's first stream. Okay? So thank you anyone who supported. Really, I'm grateful.
4%, which is 8%.
Just like every other Mango male, he got special treatment and was told his audience that if you talk about Jinx, you will be banned.
3 years ago, we were doing a special retrospective marathon as an event here on DSP Gaming. We were going down memory lane. In fact, it's not even my last retrospective event. I don't even remember. We were going down memory lane. We were watching little videos. We were having a good time. We just so happened to be watching a random channel update vlog that I had done maybe like 10 years prior. Okay, and the vlog, I happened to be wearing a vest, a beige vest, and everyone's like, "Do you have that? You had like a puffy jacket style vest. Like, you still have that because we've never seen you wear that in any kind of recent time frame." And I was like, what it is I moved out to Washington. When I moved out here, all the weather out here is different. I don't really wear that kind of clothing anymore. If I go out, I have a leather jacket. I wear my leather jacket out or whatever if it's colder in the winter or fall. But outside of that, I wouldn't really be wearing that kind of like puffy vest anymore. I was like more Connecticut style clothing from where I came from. I said, I don't know if I had it, honestly. Let me go look. So I go downstairs, all right, and I go into my closet downstairs, and lo and behold, I come out of the closet, and there it is. And it looks brand new. It's like unworn, right? And people are like, holy crap, you still have it? That's the one from over a decade ago you had. I was like, yeah, look, it's brand new. It didn't, didn't fall apart. Quality, right? And people are like, well, why don't you wear it? I'm not going to wear it indoors. It's stupid. I don't even wear a jacket indoors. So what we came up with the idea was that since I'm now an interactive live streamer, right, if I raise a certain amount of funds, support in this particular stream, I'll put on a vest. And so we started this practice. If I raise $100 on any particular stream, I'll put on a vest. Somehow, and I don't know how, this idea took off. Ladies and gentlemen, we hit an unprecedented vest streak. How many was it? I don't even know how many it was, but it lasted like 3 months. It was like, I want to say it was like March or April, and it lasted through like July. I'm completely wrong probably with the timing. But people were saying 270, 250. It was something like 250, 260, 270 straight streams. I did 2 streams a day, right? So you're talking, it was like a 3 to 4 month streak where every single stream I was raising $100 a day. It was superb, tremendous, right? It helped a lot. At that point, I was going through a bankruptcy, right? I had no money. All my money was going to bills and lawyers and all kinds of shit. And basically, if that hadn't happened, I would have been way hard up. And it was really helpful at that time. I had that support. And so it was called the best streak. We actually had a thing at the bottom of this piece of best streak. And every stream, when we hit the best goal, another number added to the streak, right? But I'll be honest with everyone. You guys know me. It kind of got annoying. And here's why it got annoying. Of course, not because I was being supported. That was amazing. The level of support I was receiving was outstanding, tremendous, over the top, positive. Okay? But basically what happened was people started coming to the streams. And let's be honest, it was trolls. Those people who pretended like they were fans, but they were here to derail my content. And they would come absolute great support, all right? Well, it's not a regular thing that we're hitting goals. By the way, since then, we've even instituted different changes. I left Twitch, and I lost a lot of income when I left Twitch. I came over here to YouTube, and we actually adjusted the goals. Now we have 3 tiers of goals: a $50 goal, a $100 goal, and a $150. It's $100 less than 50, a half of your choice at 100, and a best of your choice at 150, okay? So things are different now, years later. But very rarely are we hitting these goals, and quite frankly, I'm not harping on it. Overall, in the day, I do really well for a streamer on my side. I mean, ridiculous. I'm some of the most supportive viewers on this planet, and I know that. I'm incredibly grateful for it, okay? So I'm not sitting here and harp on it every day, But for the most part, things are good. But then this week, all of a sudden, we started hitting the goals every stream. I'll be honest. And it's a combination of regulars coming and doing their regular support, combined with someone named Jinx, who just started showing up and contributing not only with tips, but also gifting memberships to the channel. And I'll be honest, I don't know who Jinx is. Jinx says that there's someone who's a long-time supporter. They said, I've watched you since way back in the day. I appreciate all the content you put out, and now I can support your channel, okay? And listen, I really appreciate that. However, I know someone like this, they're not going to last forever. They're not going to be here on every stream. They're not going to support every stream. But literally, 6 streams in a row, we have hit the goals. All the goals. The gunner glasses, the hat, and the vest. So that's tremendous. And that has not happened. I don't think we've had a 6-stream streak like that. We haven't had that since, I can't even remember. The vest, I don't think it was the vest. I think we have had 6 days in a row where we hit goals, but it's like very rare. Even during the biggest releases, Resident Evil 4 earlier this year. Last year, even Elden Ring, I don't think we were hitting 6 straight days where we were hitting all the goals like that. So this is unprecedented, except for the best streak 3 years ago, you see? So that's what people are saying, oh, it's the best streak. The best streak is back. Here's the thing. I want to make my content about that ever again. I've learned from my mistake 3 years ago how it became all about talking about the best streak and the support and the best streak. I don't want it to be like that anymore, alright? That's why I'm not going to put best streak down here on the leaderboard. We're going to start counting. We're not going to do that. You guys want to count it. I'm not going to stop you. But I'm not going to sit here and make every single stream about the best, the best, the best. We hit the best, goal, the best. We're not doing that, okay? So I'm just going to forewarn everyone. If people sit around and start doing this and start being all about that and essentially derail the streams, making that you can't concentrate on gameplay and not good to talk anymore and say, well, you're not going to be here. You're going to be gone. Just like everyone else causing drama, just like everyone else who derails my streams, it's not allowed. Because that's what it is. And that's exactly what it's called, derailing. That's what it was 3 years ago. People come into the streams, they didn't hear what game I was playing, they didn't hear what we were talking about. They literally came in here to talk about money to make it look like that's all I care about. And that's not the case. I'm putting out meaningful content for my audience first. And if I get to get support or make a living doing it, that goes hand in hand with putting out good content for money. But that's kind of the icing on the cake. Primary, focus, the number one thing I'm focused on is having a good time to you and making good content for you. Alright? So, it's been amazing this week so far. 6 straight streams of hitting all of our goals. Both, by the way, tips goals and membership goals. We've exceeded member goals every day too. That's why we're 100 members more than we were just 3 days ago, you see? So this has been outstanding. Can we keep it up? I have no idea. Am I going to freak out if we don't? No. It's not a big deal if we don't. Support comes and goes. Things get good. Things get slow. It's all good. It all evens out in the end, and it's all a good time. As long as we're having a good time together, that's all that matters, man. So I'm not going to make it all about that. Understand that. And I don't want to see people sitting in the chat constantly talking about Jinx because he's been a supporter for 3 days and talking shit. And where is he? What's going on with him? Fuck off. It's none of your business. Why are you stalking Jinx? Right? Fuck you.
In a hilarious moment, Jinx during a DSP versus the internet was saying that he hated React content and wouldn't support the content. DSP thought this was a troll and banned him on site. Then Jinx tipped him to tell him that he was banned, and DSP started freaking out.
Okay, so Jinx is actually here. But I don't know if the account that I banned was an impersonator or if it was someone else. I have no idea. I don't think Jinx is in the chat, right? Because Jinx is here in TV. I don't know if this is the real, if the Jinx that I banned was a real Jinx or a fake Jinx. I have no clue. At this point, it's been so long, I scrolled off the screen ages ago. So, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to find it. Because it was like 20 minutes ago, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't find it here now. Well, all I can say, Jinx, if you email me and you send me the link to your YouTube channel, Jinx, if you email me the link to your YouTube channel, I can unban you. Obviously, I'm going to the next part now, so I'll have to do it because I love doing different parts or whatever. Anyway, so Jinx, yes, if you email me, I'll take a look, send me the link to your YouTube channel, and I'll see if I accidentally banned you, because obviously I didn't mean to. But I don't know if it was you or an imposter who would come in here and say something pretty toxic, honestly. They were like, oh, React content is horrible, and I would never support anyone who does React content or something like that. So obviously, I'm not going to freaking allow that in the chat, someone being completely destroying the show I'm doing, right? I'm not going to allow that. But, so Jinx, to me, $68. He says, I think I might be banned. I don't know if someone was impersonating me or not, but I apologize, and also best type. Okay, so I have no idea who's him or not. But you have to understand, if that was you, and you came on the channel and you're like, oh, I hate all React content, and I don't support any of it. Like, that's fine, but why would you come to the reaction channel and literally say that in the chat of the reaction channel that I'm doing live? People are obviously going to cause problems, I didn't even know if that was really you that I didn't even know that was you. Thank you so much, Jinx. Again, biggest contribution of the day. This is keeping the best streak alive at this point. 5 straight streams.
At this point, DSP was rolling in extra money, and people started suggesting a new PC, and DSP being DSP talked about how the money is going to bills and other stuff. He then said that he doesn't have to tell you what he does with his money.
Let's talk. First of all, the support streak of 20 straight streams ended last night. I'm not surprised. With the insane amount of support that came out during the Fight and Feast Marathon on Sunday, it was definitely going to be ending at some point soon. And what's funny about that is, yesterday, on the main gameplay stream, which was Star Wars, it continued, and it had nothing to do with Jinx. Jinx was the person who had started the streak, was coming in with giant tips almost every stream. And I would say maybe out of the 20 straight streams we did, probably about 17 of those streams were championed by him, while there's probably 3 or 4 streams that were everyone else, and he wasn't really involved. But definitely during the Fight and Feast, oh my freaking god. He massively supported that stream in such a huge way. He was giving memberships. He was doing ginormous tips to get me to drink shots of tequila and everything. And of course, that was kind of like a Hail Mary, and he got tapped out. And he said yesterday, yeah, I'm not going to be contributing anymore at this point. I'm tapped out. And we still hit the goal on the first stream, which is absolutely amazing. All right. But then finally last night, as we were playing Oblivion, it finally cooled down. Still had a great stream. We still had good attendance, good engagement, decent support. We had good super chats and memberships. But the tips finally calmed down. And we did not hit any of the goals of the tips last night, which is perfectly fine. And finally the streak came to an end. So now the good thing is, thank you. Because here's the thing. There's people who always want to be up in my personal business. And immediately when the streak started, oh my god, where's all that money going and what's this going? First of all, it's no one's business. Absolutely no one's business whatsoever where any money goes that I make on this stream. Alright? I could be spending it for great things. I could be spending it for frivolous things. I could be donating it to charity, or I could be fronting it to a drug ring out in Brazil. It's none of anyone's business. It doesn't matter. And you have no right to ask what anyone does with any money that they make on stream. It's none of your fucking business. So even by asking that, you're breaking the rules of the stream. And if I see people talking about that kind of crap in my chat, you will receive a permanent ban. Just so you know. It's none of your business whatsoever. Now, some people have already started to say things like, well, we'll buy a new PC and we'll do this and we'll do that. Alright, I'll give you a little bit of transparency as much as I can without essentially getting too personal, alright? The good news is, I now have a little bit of a surplus, because this has been, a week and a half essentially of over-the-top support. By the way, on my normal streams, I would still get good support, but this is just above and beyond that, okay? So I have a little bit of a surplus. Already, I can tell you, I put some of that towards monthly bills where I paid forward a little bit more on some bills, to kind of clear me and give me a little bit in a better position, alright? So that's number one. That already some of it is gone to very important things. I do have a little bit of a surplus that I'm purposefully saving. That way, if something happens, let's say, for example, oh my god, there's my car breaks down, or a piece of equipment breaks, or something goes wrong, and I need some money to do something, I have it. That is the pitfall of having basically little to no credit, is, having a bankruptcy many years ago, that, I don't have the same abilities as everybody else. I don't have just money to charge or spend on a whim, but I'll have a little bit of extra, which is nice. It's nice to have that flexibility. This will also take a little bit of pressure off of the next several months when I'm going to start buying lots of new games and everything. It won't be really a concern that I have to invest that money back into the business, so I have that flexibility. But the truth is, I don't need to be telling you this. I really don't. It's literally none of anyone's business what any content creator or streamer does with the money that they've raised. It's just that people on the internet are scumbags to me. They've made so many things up about me and said so many nonsensical things about me that are complete bullshit or based, again, on a nugget of truth that they turn into an insane conspiracy with no factual substantiation that people will literally question every little thing I do. Like, for example, if today I was going to play Zelda and I picked up my controller and you notice it's a white controller, people will be like, wait a minute, what's that? He didn't have that controller before. He had a black Pro controller. Why is he playing with a white controller? Where did he get it from? How much was it? Where was the money spent? See what I mean? It's insane. These people are fucking nuts. That's not normal behavior. That's obsessive behavior in a very toxic way. And this is what I deal with every day of my life. So please understand that's why I don't reveal more about my personal life. That's why I don't do house tours. That's why I don't do all this shit. These people are actually crazy and have lashed themselves onto me in a very negative way in order to propagate that crazy conspiracy and toxicity.
The new streak would go on for 20 straight streams, but the last time he hit the goal was on the Street Fighter Marathon. Now I know that you're asking, why did it end so fast? Well, DSP decided to do shots for money, even though he says he's a former alcoholic. DSP got tipsy and doxed Jinx live on stream.
There's something special that I do for marathons, and I am going to be doing it today. If I receive a $100 tip at any point during the course of today, it has to be $100 or more, I'm going to be taking a shot. Now, in previous streams, there were various different liquors that I drank, but they were doing something different that I've not had yet on the stream. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a handle, that's correct, a handle of tequila. You're going to see Drunken Rita today, depending on how much support actually comes in during the course of the stream. All right? Now, I'm not drinking this whole thing, you're on your mind, okay? I basically just bought a giant thing of tequila just to have for a long time and have margaritas and stuff with my wife. But there we go. We got tequila here today. I got my shot glass. We're ready to go. However, you have to understand something. I have to pace myself, all right? And here's what I mean by that. I'm not going to be taking nonstop shots. Right now, if 5 people take $100 each, I'm not going to say, okay, I'm drinking 5 shots back to back. I'd be an idiot, okay?
I might have another tip. Oh my god, seriously? Wow. So Jinx, Jinx, tipped me $100 again. This is insane today. Jinx has been tipping so much all day long. Yeah, guys, again, people are like, why'd you say Ryan? Because I'm tipsy. I've been doing this all day. I read another email. I read one of the emails that I told you guys I'm doing different stuff today with emails. So please just ignore me. I'm being stupid because I'm tired and, I say half buzzed. Because I'm not really buzzed, okay? Anyway, so I got a $100 tip from Jinx, another one, okay? I got a $2 tip here from Ryan. No, I'm just kidding. This is from Captain James Tiberius Kerr.
The next day he would go on to try to do damage control and lie about doxing Jinx.
So yesterday during my marathon, alright, probably about 2/3 through it, I was doing shout-outs. And one of the shout-outs that I was doing was a very generous contribution from Jinx. So I'm shouting it out, and as I'm shouting it out, there was a bunch of emails in my inbox that day. And it just so happened that there was a couple emails from people that were completely unrelated to the marathon. There was things in there from people who had, like one person wanted to donate something to the stream, and there was a couple people requesting, like, on bands, okay? So as I'm shouting out a tip from Jinx, okay, I accidentally said, like, thank you, Ryan. And the reason I said that was because the next email in my inbox there was from someone named Ryan, and it was actually an unbanned request, okay? So now, of course, I said that. So what happens? Everything out of oh, you see now he doxed Jinx. Everyone knows who Jinx really is. His name is Ryan. It's completely wrong, actually. Oh, look. I don't care about his fucking son. I don't care about this. I'm not doing that at all. That's not what happened at all. They made it up. No evidence of what they're saying. They're completely making it up because I accidentally said on names instead of Jinx. I said Ryan. Because I misspoke. Because I was able to do a million other things during the marathon, and I know the mistake I made. It was a different email. come to find out, here's what's actually funny about that, right? So that happened, and then I got another email from like 2 other different people whose names were maybe Ryan, and they were like, oh, did you accidentally say my name or something on the screen? I was like, no. Well, I'm telling you guys, it's not. None of this was related to you guys. Everyone basically thought that I had like boxed them on the stream. I was getting all these emails from people, and they're all some shit. I was like, no, it's none of you. It was someone unrelated who's trying to get unbanned from my stream whose name happened to be Ryan in their email. I don't even know how that associates with their YouTube account. I'm sure it's not the same name. And I was like, so just because now if anything happens, that's some kind of a mistake. If I accidentally say like a word that's the wrong name, now there's an insane conspiracy behind it, no matter what. It's like, what the fuck? So I literally have to be absolutely perfect in every aspect of my life. God forbid I stumble over a word or something. Like, that's the end of everything. Like, okay, dog, somebody did this, he did that. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? People are just nuts, you know? Like, yesterday was a crazy long marathon. It was fun as hell. I was drinking. So obviously I was like, tired. I'm gonna, make a few small minor mistakes like accidentally saying a name that I didn't mean to say. It would have nothing whatsoever to do with what was going on the stream. Only ask, obviously, the funny thing now is that everyone thinks my name is Ryan as well, even though you've known my name for the past 3 years when I first emailed you. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. These people are dumb. These people just make shit up for the sake of drama. So now they're gonna have, oh, Phil's doxing people and everything. It's like, I literally can't do a thing. If I sneezed, they would have said his name was fucking good Zoom pipe, right? Like, they're nuts.
But it was all for nothing, as the next stream, the streak ended, and Jinx started appearing less and less on streams, only popping up on special occasions.
Alright guys, indeed. Very good. Very good stream tonight. Had a great time. Thanks to those who didn't troll. And thanks to those who were chilling. Also, yes, it is official. Tonight is the end of the streak. It was 20 streams. Earlier today was the 20th straight stream that we had the tips call. Obviously tonight we did not do it. It's perfectly fine and acceptable. Thank you all who did support the stream during that crazy streak, and I really appreciate that. Looks like tomorrow, kind of back to normal. Alright? But it was good. It was a good stream. I'm not complaining again. It was a good 20 straight freaking streams of insano support as well. I do agree, Sadell, it was 20 is a good number to end it on. Absolutely it is. So.
We also got some new lore from DSP, as we found out he never learned how to ride a bike because of his bad neighborhood. He then started talking about a story involving his dad, which makes him sound like a brat.
Okay, my dad was teaching me to try it. We went out maybe 2-3 times, and I was just starting to get the hang of it. Okay? And then, my next door neighbor, who was around the same age as me, went out on his bike one day. He was riding his bike, and he got his ass jumped, beaten up to a bloody pulp, and had his bike stolen. And when that happened, I said, I don't want to fucking ride a bike in this neighborhood. I kept telling my dad, like, no, this neighborhood's not safe. I'm not going to fucking ride a bike. Like, I'm not stupid. I'll stay in the yard and play with my friends or go to their yard, but I'm not going to fucking ride around. And because of that, I never actually learned to ride my bike. And eventually, my dad sold it. He sold it off because it was a good bike. He bought me this bike, and it just went to waste. And then funny enough, okay, this one time, so this already happened. Okay, so already I wasn't gonna ride a bike. It wasn't a big deal. I didn't care about it. We went to this charity basketball game where I think it was like the fire department against the cops. Okay, and at the charity basketball game they were doing a raffle. So my dad entered the raffle, and there was tons of prizes you can win. They do the raffle. We win the grand prize. Take a wild guess what the grand prize was. A bike. Not only a bike, it was a 1990s, high-end, all the bells and whistles, crazy neon orange stripe paint bike. Like, this is one of the ones you would go to, like, Toys R Us or a kid's store, and it would be the most expensive bike they fucking have in the store, and every kid wants it, but no one gets it. That's the fucking bike that I want, right? So here I am now. I know I'm not riding this bike. Like, dude, if my neighbor riding a normal bike got their ass jumped and got their bike stolen, can you imagine if my ass jumped on this fucking neon tiger stripe bike riding through my neighborhood? I probably wouldn't get 2 blocks of concrete before 10 people punch me in the face and take the bike. So, basically, I won the bike, and I had to go up with my dad and pose in front of everyone as they applauded that I won the bike, and literally the bike came home, and my dad's like, well, I guess we gotta figure out how to get rid of this, and we sold that one too.
At this time, his money started dipping more and more. As was the start of the summer decline for support, he started spending more money on WWE champions as a stress relief, and anytime that happens, he makes up a story to get pity bucks. We got the return, this year, of chargebacks.
How fucked up some people are, alright? So earlier today, there was someone who I guess had tipped a bunch. Now, I don't know who tips what, because if you don't put your name in the tip, I have no idea who it's from. Okay? I really have no clue who a tip comes from. Alright? So this person was tipping multiple times. And apparently they tipped once or twice and they were bringing up drama. Distinctly, I remember 1 or 2 tips were like real big drama shit from outside the stream. As you guys know, that's not allowed. So I ignored those tips. Now they came in later on the stream with more tips that weren't drama related. One asked, why did you skip my earlier tips? And I explained why. And the other tips that came in were completely unrelated, and I answered all of those questions or whatever as normal tips. They're charging back all the tips right now. Every one. Even the ones that I addressed, even the ones that I answered, they're just charging them all back anyway. Because they just can't, because they're scumbag. You see? It's fucked up. These people are fuck faces. It's not like, listen, you know the rules of the stream. I told you the rules of the stream. I said, no drama. It literally is pinned in the chat. It says no drama. You actively choose to do a couple tips that are drama related. I have the right to skip them. Okay? So now you do other tips that aren't drama related, and I give you full shout outs. I credit them. I add them to the running total of the stream. Oh, I'm gonna charge those back too. Okay, so you're a piece of shit, basically. You're a human piece of fecal matter. Because you have no fucking respect. You have absolutely no honor. You're just a scumbag who came on the stream to fuck with me. It pisses me off. It does. It really pisses me off because it's not like I selectively said I just don't want to entertain the tips from this person. It's the content of the tip. Everyone is subject to the rules. No one is immune to the rules of the stream. Every single person, whether you don't contribute at all, whether you contribute a ton, whether you contribute $1, whether you contribute $100, everyone has to abide by the same rules. It makes it even for everyone. So you choose actively to break the rules. I'm going to ignore you. You choose to be a nice person and talk about other topics that aren't rule breaking. I'll entertain it. But that means now I get punished because you're a scumbag, basically. You're going to charge back everything. Okay, fuck it. It really pisses me off, but what are you going to do? So people are just scum.
DSP also decided to make an improvement on his streams. Instead of manually blowing bubbles, he bought a bubble gun.
And, I wonder what it could be. Ah! Oh my god! Holy shit! That's a lot! Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a bubble gun. That was pretty awesome, and that was like half a second of holding it down. But the bubble gun is amazing, alright? It is absolutely amazing. However, there's a catch to it. This thing uses a lot of bubble juice. That's the bubble juice it came with, and it uses a lot of bubble juice. So if I even like hold it down for more than half a second, this thing starts shooting out like dozens and dozens of bubbles all over the place. And it was funny because I tried it yesterday for the first time, and Kat says, wow, that's really good, but be careful because you're in a room with a bunch of electronics, and if you go crazy, right, you might end up like soaking all your electronics in bubbles, and it also it gets everywhere. You gotta be careful. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was actually funny because yesterday I'm talking with my moderator team, okay? And I told them, hey guys, guess what? I got something new for the streams tomorrow. And they go, oh no, Phil, is it a setup? I was like, what are you talking about? They go, oh, did someone send you a gun that looks like a handgun so you put it on stream and everyone will look and think that you have a gun on stream and try to get you banned from YouTube? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is an authentic Glock, and I'm now going to be banned from YouTube because this is such a dangerous weapon, alright? You can't send your kids to my streams because I'm waving firearms. Okay? So what it is, it looks like an alien blaster, doesn't it? It kind of looks like the alien blaster from like Fallout. But just to show you how crazy good this is, watch this, ready? That's a lot of bubbles, dude. And it's cool that they're small, but they shine nicely. Like, they're really good quality bubbles, right? That's cool. Now, whenever we hit a bubble goal on the stream, I'm going to use the bubble gun. All right? That's how we're going to do it from now on. Now, of course, the question is, do we really want to do full screen? Because this is how I used to do it. I used to do this, but now it's like too up close, and I can't really see the bubbles. I think you might want me to actually be going full screen or on webcam, just stay a widescreen webcam, so when I shoot them, you can see them all on camera, because now they're going everywhere. All right? But, ladies and gentlemen, you see, around here on DSP Gaming, when we have a new edition, we just don't do it normal. A lot of people, they would say, wow, that's great, it's a new edition, it's very exciting to the streams, this is cool. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, here on DSP Gaming, that's just not one step. One step isn't too far. We gotta go the whole Monty in. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the dual-wield bubble guns. Yes, not fire. Fire. The dual-wield bubble guns. That's what I'm talking about here on DSP Gaming, baby. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my, I'm so, dude, there's bubbles everywhere. It went absolutely everywhere on my setup. That's right. I'm a Kimbo bubble, baby. Yeah. Woo. All right. I dare you to say I'm still on level 1 now. But anyway, I have to now get a tissue and clean because like the bubbles went everywhere. Like they're seriously all over my desk here. Which is what that's what I was afraid of. It was the bubble guns like this. It said the bubbles are gonna go everywhere, explode, and make a big bubbly silky mess. And indeed they have. Alright?
One of his most memorable playthroughs this year would start this month, as DSP would play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This game would prove how dumb he was, and show how he lacked any imagination. Here's an example of his gameplay.
Only use one? Only use one fan. Seriously. There's no way this is gonna work because I can't activate it now. You see, that's the problem, is like, if I don't do it within like a few minutes of trying, I just put 25 minutes on that, I just don't care anymore. I'm a streamer, I have to make progress, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and waste all my time. But it's hilarious online, I'm seeing these crazy someone built a mech, someone built a Trojan horse, someone built that, that's great, and how many hours did you waste doing that exactly, right? Like, seriously, how many fucking hours did you waste doing that superfluous nonsense you don't need to do to play the game? And it's great you can do it, but the normal person doesn't have time to sit here like an idiot and fucking spend 40 hours building your mech. So I just want to make progress now, so screw this. I just don't care, I understand what they're going for with the building. Oh, look how creative and ingenuous it is. Yeah, except that normal people don't do that. Normal people want to like make progress in the game and see story elements and do a dungeon. I don't want to fuck around with your building. If I want to do that again, I'll play Minecraft or something, with meaningful to the universe. Here, it's like, I don't want to fucking play a building game, I want to play Zelda. I really don't, I just don't want to play a building game. I'm interested in Zelda. That's what I bought Zelda for. Oh shit, oh, you threw me off. This is gonna be interesting. How the hell do I hit the thing? Oh. There's like no way to hit it. It's gonna take me forever. What happened? Forget it. Now there's no way I can do this. I can't do any damage. But I'm doing no effective damage. This fight will take me like an hour to do. Even if I do it right, it'll still take me an hour. After staggering the boss, grab the crystal. How would I get it back to the shrine, though? It's funny you say it's a kid's game. Dude, this one is definitely not a fucking kid's game. This is not a children's Zelda at all. There's no way you can even consider it a children's Zelda. Just the complexities of the things you can do in the game. This is 1 million% game for adults. Tell me how a little kid's gonna beat this fucking game. No kid is gonna beat this shit. You're kidding me! Riding full speed, the lightning hones in on you and hits you? You see, this isn't fun. I'm sorry. Randomly a blue monster appears, takes all of your health. Oh, you don't have enough stamina to climb something standard at the beginning of the game. Oh, lightning just hones in on you and kills you. How is this fun?
He would then go on his podcast and say how he is frustrated with the game, complaining about the dumbest things possible.
I really like the game, but already, 7 hours in, I'm starting to see some shortcomings in the game. That definitely, I think, are going to be things that maybe are going to hold back this playthrough. So far with Zelda, it's mostly positive. But I can tell you right now, from playing 7 hours in, I'm already starting to see some issues. So issue number one, all right, this game, if you're not aware, has 3 different worlds. Yes, there is a sky world of a bunch of floating islands, and I guess you could compare that either to like Skyward Sword or to like Wind Waker, where it feels like you're kind of in a sea and there's all this stuff you can travel between and explore. Then you've got your standard overworld, which is the planet level, which is kind of like Breath of the Wild. In fact, it is Breath of the Wild, right? It literally, I think, is the same map, just re-explored and redesigned. But now, we found out last night, there's a third world under the surface of the planet called the Depths. Some people are comparing this to, say, the Dark World of other Zelda games. Breath of the Wild, which I played 6 years ago, alright? I really enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. But I particularly remember, by the time we were getting near, like, the last third of the game, that it definitely felt like the game was dragging on, that it was taking too long, and that we were just like, wrap it up, right? Just wrap it up. There's so much to do. I wish we could just get to the end of this game. When I started playing Breath of the Wild, everyone liked it on stream, and by the time we got to about halfway through the game, everyone was actually getting frustrated, saying, man, this game is too long. And I think it is a major thing that we need to start talking about in the modern era, game length, okay? At what point is a game too short, too long, or hitting that perfect happy medium spot in the middle? Because I do feel like game developers these days don't really consider this. Or, for example, some game developers just want games to be so long, but is everything you're doing in the game meaningful, right? I would much rather play a 20 to 25 hour, streamlined, linear, awesome experience than an 80-hour open-world, bloated experience where like 50 hours of gameplay are pretty unnecessary and bent on backtracking and open-world exploring. When I take a look at a game like Tears of the Kingdom, and you say, well, Nintendo's charging $70 for it, okay? You immediately say, well, why do they think that they can justify $10 more? Well, based on what I'm seeing now, 7 hours in, I know where their justification's coming from. They're basically saying, it's Breath of the Wild plus up here, plus down here. You know, we've essentially almost doubled the number, the content from the first game. But it begs the question, do modern gamers want an experience that's 100 plus hours long? Is it going to hold interest, and is it going to actually be interesting that entire time, or are you going to get bored, right? It'll be interesting, because the thing is, with a game like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, there's no achievements. There's no trophies. Now, here's the thing. I approach things from a different perspective. I approach it from the perspective of a content creator, alright? Not only am I playing a game for myself, I'm playing it for you. I'm not just sitting here in 100 hours of my personal time. This is me actually putting out a lengthy playthrough for you and trying to entertain an audience of hundreds, and then on demand, an audience of thousands, right? And it can be tricky, because I feel like with a game like the Tears of the Kingdom, if we approach this from an interactive content creator's perspective, if we play this game and it's the game that we talk, we chill, we have fun conversation, while entire 2 to 3 hour streams, all I'm doing is exploring the open world, doing some temples, opening up some map, portions, maybe to a dungeon here or there, whatever it may be, as long as we are interacting, right? I think it can work. But even then, if you take a look at a game like, for example, Oblivion, that's exactly the take that we've had with Oblivion, and I've been playing Oblivion since December. Currently, as of today, when we resume Oblivion on the late stream, I'm around 72 hours into Oblivion, and I can tell you right now, it feels like it's time to end the playthrough. It feels like it's exhausting at this point. Like, dude, we were playing Oblivion for a really long time, so how am I supposed to be playing a 100 to 120 hour long game? Right? Even, let's be honest here, a normal person who doesn't do what I do for a living, who has a job, a family, you're in school, you have responsibility, you can't just sit around playing games all day. Realistically, how many hours a day does a normal person have to play games? A couple hours, maybe? You expect me to play this game for 3 months, and I'm still gonna have interest in it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. At this point, I'm starting to actually strongly question game developers' logic when it comes to the way they're developing games. Okay? And here's where I'm starting to actually get legit upset. I'm only 7 hours in. So every optional dungeon, or every puzzle that I've done, I've tried to do the optional objective. And the optional objective, arguably, is much harder than the standard objective. You have to figure out, like, an extra way to do the puzzle solving, the traversal, whatever it is, to get this extra chest. Okay? I've opened up 8 of these. Literally, every single one is a complete waste of your time. There's not been a single optional chest I've opened that had anything of use. Last night, the last thing I did on my Zelda stream was an optional temple. We figured out how to complete it, and then there was the optional chest. Okay, let's figure this out. So we figured it out. It took a while. It was tough. It was actually quite challenging. You had to make a thing that was in the way have to be suspended in the air, and you had to hit a ball with timing, and had to hit a target. To figure all this out, it took like 15 minutes to figure out the second half. We go and we open the chest. It's an elixir. It's a stamina elixir. The same stamina elixir you can easily make yourself at any cooking area in the entire game. Much as what happens in these games, you have different groups working on the game, correct? So you had one group who was tasked with designing the puzzles in the temples, right? So all their task was make a challenging puzzle. So they did that, right? They said, here's a puzzle. The standard one is here. The extra one is here. It's an increase in difficulty, estimated 20 minutes to complete or whatever, right? But then you had another team, and that team is working on item placement. Oh, whereabouts in the game should certain items be for plot advancement? You don't want to put an item too early in the game because it would be overpowered. This particular temple is early on in the game. So the item placement team, not looking at the difficulty level of the temple, just arbitrarily places an item in the temple, not even realizing you have to solve a pretty difficult puzzle to get that reward, so you work your ass off to solve it to get a piece of junk, right? That is a disconnect in game development. It should have been the teams working together and saying, wow, the actual difficulty level of the challenge equates in a better reward. If I'm going to work my ass off to solve this tough puzzle, give me something good. Give me a unique weapon. Give me a component I can combine for a unique item I never had before. Don't give me something I already had in my inventory, right? It's just stupid.
One of the things that annoys me is that unlike other open world games, this game is not a game that scales. It's a game that essentially has regions of enemies of various difficulty, and there's no way to tell how difficult those regions really are. So for example, at the beginning of the game, they just say, just go any direction. Oh, okay, I'll go this direction. Nope, everything there insta-kills you. Oh, well, I wouldn't have known that. Okay, let me go this direction. Nope, that's not it either. Okay, finally, let me head over all the way to the northwest. Now, finally, I can freaking explore because I'm not dying to everything in one hit. And so then you go, you hit that direction, you're doing temples, you're doing stuff. Oh, I finally got to a story. Cool, one of the story areas is a story dungeon. Let's do it. And then after that, the game's kind of like, all right, now you figure it out. Wait, what? Well, where should I go next? You figure it out. Okay, let me go to this region. Nope, everything one shot kills you. It's like, again. Right? Now, it's funny because the game has no formal leveling system. It's not like an RPG where you grind, you get experience or anything. In this game, it's based on how many shrines you complete. When you complete those optional shrines, when you have complete 4, you either get a health upgrade or you get a stamina upgrade of your choice. Or you have to try to get equipment and or weapons of your own volition, meaning go to an area, kill a tough enemy, they'll drop components, and then start fusing things together to get better items that you can use. I don't think it always works. For example, you can't get better armor that way, and if you're taking insane damage from each hit in a region where everything's high level, that's just that. It doesn't fly. You know what I mean? I almost feel like in this game, the combat takes a back seat, and then when you're actually forced to do the combat, that's kind of when the shortcomings of the game engine kind of rear its head, where you're like, the combat's just not that good. It's a little wonky. A lot of the weapons are kind of slow and clunky, and that's a little annoying. The thing is, when you're doing stealth and stuff, the game's actually pretty fun. Like yesterday, I was doing a mission where I was Lincoln. I was trying to sneak through a town and take out all these sleeping, like, baka bobolins or whatever the hell they're called, and that was entertaining to me. But then as soon as they alerted and they all rushed me and they're all insta-killing me, it's like, right? Like, no, that sucks. So, it's kind of a mixed bag for me. I am enjoying it more than I'm not.
At this point, people started pushing back on DSP about Zelda, and you would get toxic against Nintendo and fanboys.
It seems like the Nintendo community absolutely positively love to complain, but then they spend their money anyway. So why complain? Just don't fucking complain anymore, right? Oh my god, we want Switch Plus, we want Switch 2, we want Switch improvement. And so they come out with the Switch OLED. That's not what I wanted, buy it anyway. Everyone buy them all. Oh, buy them. What the fuck is your problem? It's like, so they go bitch. They're like super whiny, super loud complaining, but then you spend your money anyway no matter what, right? Oh my god, the Wii U sucks, the Wii U games are terrible, I can't believe the Wii U's so bad. Hey everyone, spend all our money on Amiibos for 2 years to keep Nintendo afloat, and don't play the games, but buy Amiibos instead. I mean, I wish I would make this up, but this is what happens all the time with Nintendo. Like, they always get the pass. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just confused as shit. That everyone has a right to complain. Everyone does have a right to complain about graphical performance in the modern gaming era. Everyone should be asking for better. If you're, especially a game like Zelda, the game's $70, $70, right? So why in the hell are we not demanding better? What exactly is the extra $10 going to? It ain't graphical performance, right? So where is it going? Why are we paying? I'm the exception to the rule here because I'm a content creator. I dropped the extra money, but I'm going to be making a playthrough that's going to make tons of content for my streams, entertain you guys. It's not a big deal to me. But for the average person, yeah, now you're spending $10 more for what? What exactly are you getting out? Right? And again, why on earth does it get to pass? Criticize them and then say, no, we're actually going to change our spending method instead of every time. It's hilarious. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Controller, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Bag, they carry your Switch in there, and it's all selling like hotcakes. It's all just selling crazy. Tons of money for Nintendo. But then you shit out the game and say it looks like shit. Then don't fucking buy the stuff. It's one or the other. You can't have both ways. You can't complain but then support. Then fucking support. Stop complaining. Or don't. You know what I mean? You want to talk about hypocrisy? Excuse me. Anyway, the other news story about Zelda. Get this. Tears of the Kingdom has only been out for 24 hours, not even in some territories. Right? It hasn't been out 24 hours for me yet. So it already beat it in 94 minutes. Speed running. Broke it. Yeah, I'm kidding. Already done. That's modern game development. 2023 game development. Beat the game in 90 minutes. Fucking Zelda game. You can find the article, IGN posted it, but I think multiple people have already linked to it. There are people already already broken the fuck out of the game. Come give it a look. If you really want to see that, you're spending 99% of the time in this game. I'll see the point. But at the same time, it's pretty funny that they're still making games that are empathetic. You just drive right through it. I mean, probably just like the first game, you probably end up right outside the final dungeon at the beginning. And it's like, oh, watch this. You fucking run up the wall, you glitch through it, you just go fucking find the end of the game. Right? Who knows? I haven't seen it yet. I'm very curious, but that's pretty stupid. You can break game in 90 minutes and what the frick, dude. Right? Anyway, alright, one other story to talk about this morning before we shout out all this, okay? So the story is, that is true, Mega Man says, he says, keep in mind, people already illegally ripped and emulated the game on PC for OP, so essentially people don't need to do this. I guess that's a good point. I didn't think about that the game did illegally leak on the internet last week, people played it for free for ages, so maybe that's how they figured it out,
This would get worse over the next month as he would start getting more eyes on him for various reasons. DSP at this point was getting laughed at by everyone, even the new people after watching the Side Scrollers interview and his Zelda playthrough. He went on a huge rant about his legacy and why he's not respected on YouTube.
Oh, this is hilarious. And this is actually a very interesting question. You ready for this one? If you're so moral, how come you're one of the least respected YouTubers? It doesn't manifest in people that are consistently moral. Because respect on YouTube has nothing to do with reality. That's why. Literally, the level of respect you get on YouTube has nothing whatsoever to do with reality. It has to do with perception. It has to do with fans. It has to do with memes. It has to do with drama. And sadly, in the last decade or more, people have found ways to wrap me up in their horseshit drama time after time after fucking time. Sometimes it's my fault, because admittedly, I'll get wrapped up in it and then I respond to it, and when you respond to drama, all it does is propagate more drama. But there have been many times when people have now determined it is fun to get Phil mixed up in our bullshit. And they will mix it up, and they will literally start entire campaigns about me and against me that I have zero involvement in. Because they do that, it creates drama. And now guess what? People just think that Dark Side Phil is involved in drama. Someone who's this, and this. Literally the things that most people don't like me for have absolutely nothing to do with what we're doing today. Me sitting here, having a fun podcast with you, or playing a game, or doing the reactor dance. The things people don't like me for are things that they either made up, or they've extrapolated upon from private life that has nothing whatsoever to do with the content I put on the internet. But that's what I have to deal with because that's what YouTube focuses on. YouTube doesn't focus on reality. It focuses on really immature, stupid shit, and people fall into that trap constantly. So you say, well, why don't people respect you on YouTube if you're moral? Because so many immoral people pull me into their shit. It doesn't matter what or I say or do. What matters is all that white noise bullshit that people see first. You understand? If people go on YouTube and the first thing that they search for is Dark Side Phil, they're going to find 17, 18, 20 hate videos about all this controversial nonsense that literally is not real and is fabricated bullshit or based on a nugget of truth that's extrapolated into nonsense that's not true. And it has nothing to do with what I'm doing on my stream. Very rarely will you find any of this content have to do something about, Phil really goofed today. He said something atrociously bad that hurt a bunch of people. You won't even find that. What you'll find is, oh, so-and-so said this about Phil. Oh, Phil refuses to do this and gets something to Trump, this or that. Oh, this stupid bullshit controversy about mobile games or this nonsense or that nonsense. That literally has nothing what the fuck to do with what I do on the internet. Nothing. Zero. That's what they turned me into a weird drama meme. You understand? And that's fucked up because I don't have anything to do with it. I want nothing to do with it. I just want to be here and show up with my audience and have a good time. And for those who ignore that drama and actually come here and just relax with me, it's a great time. But that's the problem, is so many people rather than bullshit. They're too stupid to realize that it is bullshit, and they can believe everything, and they're like, oh, we love reveling in nonsense. Well, then live in your world of fucking nonsense. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to be involved in it. I refuse. Today, I'm trying to pull me into drama. Guess what? It's not taking the bait. I'm going to do my own thing, my own content, as I've always done. Why would I be wrapped up in drama? I'm not.
At this time, Boogie and Wings were preparing for the boxing fight in London, and people started asking DSP about possible redemption of Boogie and Wings. DSP got toxic, and then the audience asked about his own redemption, and it took a turn at Crazy Town.
Is your redemption arc possible for you? If so, what do you think has to happen? Here's the thing. For a redemption arc to happen, okay, someone had to have fallen, okay? I was popular like over 10 years ago, at a time when YouTube was into a certain kind of content, then I basically became a whipping boy through memes and this is how you don't play for a decade or more. But I still make content for an audience that likes me. There's a lot of idiots who don't like me, but that doesn't mean that I fell from grace. I never had the grace to begin with. I was never a virally popular person. When you're talking about redemption arc, you look at someone who literally, everyone is crapping on the internet, but they're not getting any positivity. They're not getting any kind of love. They're barely scraping by, and all of a sudden something turns around for them, and now everyone likes them. Well, how is that going to happen for me? The only way, again, that would happen is for me to completely change who I am. The kind of content I make, I'm literally never going to be popular, you understand? YouTube video consumption is not for the kind of content I put out. It's not. They want drama. They want crazy stunts. They want stupid behavior. They want, you know what I'm saying? They want clown jokes. They want dumb shit. That's what's popular on YouTube. Immature nonsense. I don't put out immature nonsense. So, unless I completely changed who I was on YouTube to buy into the drama, I would never blow up on YouTube. Therefore, the redemption arc isn't possible because I don't want to be redeemed by these idiots. I don't want fucking morons and clowns watching my content because I changed to be what they want to digest. I would rather make the meaningful content I like to make and I have enough support to keep making it. You understand? That's the difference. That's what people do. I can't believe you won't take the money or this. You're right. You can't believe it because you have a closed mind and you don't understand that I'm happy doing what I do and being who I am. I don't have to answer to anyone. I don't have to change who I am to be happy because I already am. The people with these redemption arcs, they're miserable people. Oh, I hate who I am. I'm stuck in a rut. I gotta do the same thing. It's not me. It's literally not me. I love coming here to stream and making this content with you guys every single day. That's why I'm here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't enjoy it. I would find something else to do, or I would absolutely bank and capitalize on the drama and shit. I don't want to. I like who I am. I like the meaningful content. I'm putting out the curated content for a certain audience. You understand? That's correct. Two Carlos says, I think Beans is now happy because he has redemption. Beans literally sat on his streams every day saying he hated it. He hated his work, he hated his life. He was saying miserable things like this. He was stuck in a rut, doing things he didn't like. Now he likes what he's doing. Good for him. That's a redemption arc. Someone who was at the bottom and found a way to turn it around, and now is on a positive momentum. That's called a redemption arc. There you go. I like what I do. So does my audience. Everyone else just needs to leave me the fuck alone and start trying to change me into some corrupted individual I want to be. I'm happy being Darkside Phil, the guy who's a small-time regular guy who has content for a small audience, and we can have this personal interaction and a good time every day. You understand? That's what it's all about. It's very different, right? I'm not miserable. I'm not sad. I like who I am and what I'm doing. I want to stay that person, and being that person and that level of content will never blow up and be redeemed on YouTube because that's not what they want. They want to see me blow up in popularity for being a clown. I'm not ever going to be a clown. You understand? It's not going to happen. No one's making any valid point. Someone says, you bubble gun and you wear costumes for money. And what am I doing when we're doing that silly stuff and laugh, and then we move on to doing more gameplay, having more meaningful conversation, right? You're not tuning into the Darkside Phil stream because you wanted to see me put on a cowboy hat, or because you wanted to see me shoot a bubble gun for 2 seconds. The people who are actually here for the content, who contribute to the content, are here for the content. Those things are nice. They're little frivolous things you can do that are nice and add to it. It's a little bit of celebration. It's a little silly. You know, sometimes you get a little silly to celebrate someone being nice to you, right? But that's not the end all be all of my content. You understand that? That's the difference, right? That's the big difference here. The point is, people can't see the truth because they don't want to, right? When you look at people who hit their redemption arcs, it's because they hit their lowest lows. They hated who they were. They hated the content they were putting out. They didn't see a way out. And then somehow something turned around for them, right? But that's not me. I'm not. People want, trust me, people want me to be miserable. People say all the time, oh, we believe that Phil hates his content, hates his audience, hates all this. It couldn't be further from the truth. But that's what they want. They want to believe that because they can't believe that someone like me is happy putting out small-time content. They can't believe it. What? Phil actually just wants to make this content for his small audience? Yes. Yes, I really do. That's actually, back in the day when I started on YouTube, that's why I was intending that I would have a small audience who liked the silly stuff that I was putting out. I never really took it that seriously. It was just kind of a silly, frivolous hobby, a joke. I never intended to become someone who did this for a living and to blow up on YouTube. You know what I mean? It just kind of happened. And then it kind of unhappened, but people decided it was more funny to make fun of me and bring me down, right, than it was to actually be a part of the positivity of the content I was putting out. The people who say shit like that, oh, Phil needs to be redeemed, they don't watch the content, nor do they want to. They would never just watch the content to understand the positivity we have here. They want to believe that I'm a miserable individual who hates his life and needs to be redeemed because it makes them feel better about themselves and the shit that they put out. They don't get it because they're not there. It's kind of like I say about my marriage too. If you've never been happy and in a position where you're truly happy, you never understand someone who's happy because you haven't had it. You don't even believe that it doesn't exist. If people cannot believe that I'm happy sitting here putting out this content for you every day, that he's a liar, he's making it up. He, you have evidence that he hates his job, he hates his viewing audience. What are you talking about? Again, I have so many opportunities to do other shit. People offer me on a daily basis, we do a podcast, and do this kind of content, this show, join us for this. I don't want to do any of it. I just love who I am and what I'm doing now, and this is what I want. I want this to evolve to more things as I get older that I control. I'm the master of my own destiny, nobody else. No one else is going to lock me into something that I can't control, and now that's when I would truly be miserable. If I gave up control of who I am, all right, in order to make money, that would essentially be the ultimate failure for me. If you want to see dark side feel unhappy, that's when I would be unhappy. But being that I am the master of my destiny right now, and no one can tell me what to do or what kind of content to put out, that's where it's at, man. And there's highs and lows, there's times of popularity, and there's times of strife, and there's all kinds of stuff that happens that goes along hand in hand with that. But the fact that no matter what, I still am able to have fun with you guys on a daily basis, we're still able to love this kind of positive, non-destructive content. And that's a big key factor. What I'm making here on streams every day is not destructive to anyone. No one's being hurt by it, no one's being brought down or by it, no one's, you know what I mean? It's fun, positive content. That's what I'm trying to do for the rest of my life, if I can, you understand? I just want to have fun and play games, interact, help people in some way every day, and not have to hurt others to get ahead. But that's what people on the internet who think with these redemption arcs don't understand. They don't get that. How can you like who he is or what he's doing? He needs redemption. No, I don't. But I need for you to leave the fuck alone, mind your own business, move on. No one needs saving here. If anyone, you do. If you're so infatuated with me, you're the one with the fucking problem, not me. I'm doing all right.
Just like all the other months, we had unrecorded Bangin. However, this month we had him begging for support and also to keep the best streak alive.
So guys, we're going to resume, but FYI, thank you for everything so far. If you could support the stream today, it'd be great. Remember, this is back to my normal streaming stuff. 2 streams a day. Hoping to hit some goals today. It'd be great. We got at least at the tier 1 tips goal today. We're at $38, so we're only $12 away from better glasses. If we think better than that, obviously it would be awesome too, but thank you in advance. Anyone who supports the stream in any way, whether it be a like, a super chat, a membership, a gift membership, a tip, all appreciated, okay? Thank you. Okay, so, alright guys, just so you know, we're about halfway through the gameplay of today's stream. I hope you guys are having a good time. I'm glad we're out of the death. New stuff. Thank you for the help. Any support we really appreciate it, whether it's as simple as liking the stream or maybe a super chat, a super sticker, a membership, a gift membership, a tip, all appreciated. We're almost to our first tips goal. Like, we're very close. It would be great if we could hit that goal, get the dark glasses where we're going. I guess we're not going to hit this tips goal. I'm not even in tier 1 today. It would be nice if we could do that and have dark glasses, but it's not looking too good. We're about to go on break, just so you guys know. We're going to spend a couple more minutes here, but probably going to go on a break here. Alright, so guys, I'm going to take my break here. It's not going to be a long one, maybe 10 minutes tops. Then we're going to come back for just under another hour. Another hour of Zelda. Thank you for being chill. Thank you for being a great audience. When I come back, it would be great if at the very least we get the tier 1 tips goal. That would be great for today. But outside of that, everything else has been great. Alright, so please enjoy the break. I'll be back shortly with more. From Jinx, he says, I love this playthrough so far. Seems like the DLC is driving down. Can't wait to get back to the main story and best tight. Well, we have hit the tier 1 tips goal for tonight with this $24 tip from Jinx. If you want to help out the stream tonight, there's a million ways you can do it. You can become a member. You can give the membership to somebody else. You can simply like the stream. We're at 76 likes and 100 likes. We do a celebratory bubble club. You can do a cheer, a super chat or a super sticker. Those are both great. Or you can tip. If you want to see the streak continue, we've had 7 straight streams so far. We've had what we have the best. Please tip. The sooner you tip, the better, because the earlier that we hit these goals, the next hour you can pull and vote on what you want. We only have an hour left, so if we don't hit these quickly, there won't be time for polls, and I'm just going to have to grab something out of the class fast if we happen to hit these goals, okay? Please, it would be great tonight, since this is the send-off of Oblivion. Man, it would be great if we could have some celebration, right? Some bubbles, perhaps. Maybe I have you wear the Viking hat, give it a send-off. I know the Viking hat I've been wearing on and off during Oblivion. It kind of feels like it fits the role of control. It'd be nice to have the Viking hat tonight for the end of Oblivion. Alright, so if you like this playthrough, this 5-month-long, 80+ hour playthrough, please support the stream tonight in any way you can, whether it's simply liking the stream, which would get us towards our bubble goal of 100 likes, whether it's a super chat or a super sticker, a membership or gifted membership to help the community, a tip, all would be very much appreciated. And thanks in advance to anyone. Obviously, I will do shout outs when those contributions come in. Wow, well, I totally wasn't expecting this, guys. I used the restroom, I come back, and to my surprise, I received nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just kidding. Nothing there. Okay, thank you so much, obviously, to James for the support. I believe it was Nathan who did the membership earlier. Guys, we're at 61 likes. You know, we try to get 100 likes every stream.
I'm so tired of this shit.
So we hit that. And by the way, it would be great if you could support the stream if you're enjoying it. Other than Jinx, we literally have one gifted membership, and that's it. So it would be great if other people, if you're enjoying the content, we can support it. It shouldn't all be on Jinx. As simple as liking the stream or a super chat, a membership, all that stuff counts. All right, guys? Okay. So guys, good stuff so far tonight. Thank you for chilling with me. Thanks for engagement and support. If you are thinking of supporting the stream tonight, you hit our tips goal. It would be great if we would get some super chats, maybe some memberships or gifted memberships. Today was a very slow day for membership. We started at 7:02, and here we are, and we're still at 7:02 after all day. So it'd be great if you're thinking of maybe coming a member, we're going to get into some fellow viewers. Tonight would be a good night to do that. All right. Outside of that, likes. We're 72 likes. We have 100. I was really bubble blow with a bubble gun, but if we have to get 100 likes, great for engagement. Please consider. Thank you. And guys, again, Guys, we really, really support the stream today. We have had a very slow support stream. I don't know why. Julie's done the research, has done really well today. As you can see, it's not doing so well. So anything you can lend for support, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so guys, I'm gonna use pee. All right, and then we'll continue. I don't have time for a formal break. I've been too late trying to do that stupid thing. So I'm just gonna pee and go right back. I'm just gonna mute the mic. And guys, final hour, it really would be great to support the stream. As you guys can see, it's been a pretty darn slow stream. We have one new member, about $30 in super chats, and about $30 in tips. So it'd be great if we could get a little bit more support in the next hour. All right. All right. So guys, it is time for a quick break, about 10-15 minutes. When I come back, another hour, we're gonna try to see if we can finish up Volcano Manor. I don't know if we will, but we'll see. And thank you. It'd be great when we come back to possibly get a little bit more support in regards to hitting that hat goal. Yesterday I didn't hit the tier 2 goal on either stream. In fact, between 2 streams, I don't even think we hit the tier 2 goal at all. So you know what I'm saying, like total. So we're gonna get a little bit more support when I come back. But you guys have been a great audience, and I thank you for that. I'll be back shortly with more. All right, I'll be back. I would say last chance if you would like to support today's stream, it'd be a great time to do so. So that way, if we happen to hit say tips goal, it'd be time to pull and have a hat rather than us rushing and just tossing anything on. Let's continue. Got about 10 minutes to do it. Last chance if anyone would like to help the stream in any way, so it was liking stream or maybe a super chat or super sticker or a tip, which would be nice because we haven't had one in about 2 hours.
What we're trying to do.
Let's go.
By the way, I guarantee there's gonna be trolls and idiots today. I'll take care of them as I see them. It's fine. You know, so whenever there's like a fallout from a big marathon or whatever, you get a bunch of idiots coming in here. I already got a few of them earlier today. I'll take care of them as I see them.
It's trying to find.
No, there's no. I'm not mentioning anything whatsoever about getting a new PC. All right? No, I'm not mentioning that at all. The support in the last week and a half
Nice.
is absolutely outstanding. Right now, it is helping a lot with bills and other stuff. Yes, I do
Boom,
have some
boom,
surplus right
boom.
now, which is great, but it's kind of already going to bills in
Boom,
the
boom,
future. If this kind of
boom.
support continues, which would be insane if it does, then yeah, we can start talking about long-term stuff. For now, though, I'm not jumping the gun and making any plans to spend thousands of dollars. I would certainly like to get a new PC by the end of the year, but being that it's been a year since we talked about it, I think what we need to do is sit down and look at the situation and be like,
No.
so what's going on now with the PC? Because last year I had this big listing of components and things that I should get. How much amount of bed we sat down today and we did it was really different, right? Especially because I think component prices dropped and everything, because that whole, what is it? Bitcoin mining on PCs isn't even possible anymore, or you do it's not economical, so no one does it anymore. So I think all the prices dropped, right? So we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it soon. Let's see if the support continues and go from there. But I'm not jumping the gun and changing my whole setup right now. If anything, if you take a look between last year and this year, everything has improved. Like literally my visuals, the quality of my capture, right? Everything has improved dramatically since last year. The only thing is my PC is old and could die, and I just still like once in a while have a corrupted video. But it's not a humongous, imminent thing that needs to change immediately. Do I still get corrupted videos? I do. I still get corrupted videos, but it's, let me put it this way, when I get corrupted videos, it's not like, oh my god, I can't stop getting corrupted videos. It'd be like, I get one a day, and then
I've got some advice. You should know Japanese on my mind. I ain't trying to hide. There's custard inside. It's the best thing you'll ever find. Ah, can't you eat fish? Don't you wonder how Dory tastes?
60 hours. Always been big fan.
I moved into this crappy little...
next week is another one, and then all of a sudden they just kind of calm down. Usually when I have a corrupted video, it's not a big deal. I can just pull that raw video out of the archive of the stream anyway, and then I use that. So it's not like a ginormous deal. Very, very inoften do I get a situation where the video corrupted, but I also can't get the video out of the stream, and now I'm screwed and I lost the video. That almost never happens, okay? We got 100 likes tonight. We'll have a celebratory bubble blow, and I have a new bottle of bubbles. Brand new, just opened this morning. So it should be good bubble blowing now. The other one was at the bottom, which is why the bubbles were kind of inferior, but now we should have good bubble blowing moving forward. Super chats and super stickers are greatly appreciated. Any of those, great. Memberships, gifted memberships, also greatly appreciated. As you can see, sadly, we lost a ton of memberships this week. A lot of membership bombs must have happened at the end of March, and they expired at the end of April, early May. So now they've all gone away. Now we're down around 600. Some we're at 700, which is great. So please consider becoming a member or maybe gifting a membership to your fellow community member. That would help a lot, both the channel and someone else. And also consider tipping. Tipping would be great. Earlier today, we did all right. The first stream was okay. Wasn't outstanding, but wasn't terrible either. It would be great if we get at least a tier 1 tip scroll tonight. I guess with glasses and all that going. Like I said, I know for a fact there was a bunch of gifted memberships at the end of March, and they just expired like April 30th into May 1st. And that's what happened. Then I wasn't here for a day, and everything expired basically. There was like, we were like 670, 680, and we went down to 610. So like, damn. But what are you gonna do? Let's take a look here. I just want to be sure, because we haven't had a tip in a long time. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any tips. I don't think I am. I'm not doing okay. I just want to be sure I'm not missing your contributions, guys.
the stream. Helps tremendously. We have 100 likes, I'll do a bubble blow. Super chats and super stickers would be great. Memberships would be great. Give the memberships, amazing. And of course, tips. Right now, tips are really slow, $6. I was hoping to hit at least tier 1, so that between 2 streams today, I essentially could hit like a tier 2 goal. It would be nice, alright? I'll be back in just a couple of
Whoa,
minutes.
look at this. Look at here.
It's my prerogative if I choose to say, hey guys, please contribute or not. It's not your job. Anyone who's going to be doing that and trying to basically derail the stream and try to pretend like they're me and that they're responsible for that will be banned. And everyone knows that too, so good luck. Don't ask for shit on my behalf or you will be gone for good. From Ashia, hours from Final Fantasy V, I'm having a chill time. I'm glad to do that, Ashia. I believe that's
good.
our big sip of the night right now. I guess that's the advantage of when there's a slow night for tips. They can get up on the leaderboard. A pretty small contribution. Thank you so much, Shio. Biggest one of the night. That's a $5 tip, and we're at 11 now again. Really hoping we can hit the tier 1 to 12 for tonight. Would help out a lot, considering coming off of the fact that I wasn't here on Tuesday when I needed to be and I couldn't be because of personal reasons, and also of course the fact that earlier today we did have an okay stream, but not exactly the best. So it would be great to at least hit the tier 1 tonight if possible. Roughly half an hour left on the stream, so I would say last chance if anyone would like to support the stream in any way. If you could, I would appreciate it. As simple as a like would help the pump. We're trying to hit 100 likes, a super chat, a membership, a tip, all appreciated, guys. If you could, thank you. Trying to come back from missing the day of work this week, it's really sucked that happened to me. And on top of that, earlier today, the stream wasn't necessarily, overwhelming positive one with getting support. So anything that would be appreciated, thank you. Would have been great, great we have more support, but you can't have that every night. You understand? And I'm not super upset or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, just freaking stressful week for me. So please understand, having a date earlier today that was kind of stressful with Star Wars being a pain in my ass and everything, So anyway, don't worry. It's not the end of the world. Everything's good. All right. Okay. And again, to those who did support the stream, thank you. I know it wasn't a humongous support stream, but I appreciate everything. Thank you so very much for that. And tomorrow's another day. Gaming fun here on DSP Gaming. All right. Hope you all have a good night. Thank you.
After Jinx was doxxed and people started looking into his whale's social media, DSP gave his viewers advice on what they should click on social media.
From Steely. He's like, I got spurned by the trackers because I contributed to you yesterday, so you know what? Here's $20 just to spite them. Stay awesome, Phil. Well, thank you, Steely. And the thing is, yeah, these idiots, they do it every day. They try to attack viewers, they try to attack supporters. They're out of their minds. Like, seriously, what do they think it's going to accomplish? Absolutely nothing. It doesn't affect anything. You know what I mean? All I'll say is this, because I see this every day. Well, I don't say it every day anymore, but I say this every once in a while. Everyone, please be careful about the information you put out on the internet. Because there are people out there that are malicious. They are not logical thinking people. They are pretty messed up. And to them, a day that they can hurt someone because they get away with it is a day where they feel some kind of weird recognition. These are sociopaths. These are not people who think like us, who think about positivity or fun, or they just have nothing to do with their lives but bring down others. And this is how they operate. And when they're on the internet, they tend to come together. So you gotta be careful. I always tell everyone, please, whatever you do, don't put a ton of private personal information all over the internet. Facebook, delete that shit. No one needs a fucking Facebook in 2022. It's just a liability. Twitter, have Twitter. Don't put up your personal information on your Twitter. Separate that from your real life persona. Same thing, you have an account on YouTube, you have an account on Instagram, whatever. Make sure that they're all separated. That way, if someone has a bug up their butt about you and they try to harass you online, it doesn't spill over to your real life, you understand? Because some of these people have no lives and they will absolutely try to do that stuff. Okay? So just be careful. Alright? And I appreciate anyone who hangs out with me, who shows me, who enjoys the content, supports the content. You guys are the reason I'm still here. I'm a crowdfunded individual. I'm not someone who has partnerships, sponsorships, product placements, or anything like that. I'm here very much because of your crowdfunding support. I really appreciate that. And I apologize, obviously, for anyone who gets harassed online. I can't control that. These people are nuts. But that's why I say just be diligent, be careful with your information. You should be alright. Best case of action, anyone tries to harass you, ignore them. That's the best suggestion that I can get from anyone. Just ignore the assholes. The more you ignore them, the more you realize, well, not getting anything, no rise, no reaction, and to move on.
The more DSP's money goes down, the more toxic he gets towards his viewers, and this started happening as in the next clip.
Ronnie Blaze, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, oh, it sounds like you're starting to get jaded by video games. You don't like it anymore. You're rushing through. I mean, without watching me play the game, do you not see the problems I'm having? And I'm not making it up. The game is bad. The frame rate's bad. It's full of bugs. I still am playing it. I'm still trying to enjoy it as much as I can, but should I ignore the problems? Act like it's a perfect game? Like, dude, come on. I mean, what on earth are you saying right now? I mean, you gotta have your eyes closed and not see the problems, right? Why call out the FPS every time we see it too? Because I'm an online gamer and commentator. It's my job to commentate on what's going on in the game, or else I can just sit here quiet and let me keep my mouth shut. That'd be pretty boring stream. No, the streamer just dips their lips, doesn't speak. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. Ronnie seems very like you're just not liking the content recently. But I don't know if that's necessarily representative of me or you. You know what I mean? Ronnie, again, he's just suing me for being honest. Ronnie, you're suing me for being honest. I'm a commentator. It's my job to speak on what I'm seeing and experiencing in a game. That's the whole point of being a streamer, no? Right? I mean, unless you want me to shield products all day, because I do that too. That's what a lot of people do. But I don't do that. So it's my job to give you an idea of what a game is going on. You're telling me, well, it's all negative. It's not all negative, but I'm being honest. And now you're actually suing me for being honest. And now I say, well, why are you being like that? Why are you not okay with me being honest? And now you want, that's not right for me to criticize you. So you criticize me, but I can't criticize you back. It's interesting. I don't know what else to say, man. I can't please everyone, I guess. You're one of the people I'm not pleasing. Modern gaming. Chop, chop, chop. Oh, but I probably just upset them. I criticize the game again. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, Ronnie, don't listen to people. Just relax. If I have an issue with you, I'll let you know. You don't have to listen to anyone else. Don't let anyone else give you shit. Tell them to shove it up their butts. That's what I do. See, like Green Goblin right now. In fact, enjoy Green Goblin. Enjoy this big time out for harassing someone in the chat. Enjoy. See, like 10 minutes away. You stupid idiot.
This month also started with him taking personal days off from streaming besides for his taxes.
During the late stream, I got some news, and I cannot stream tomorrow's daytime stream, normal stream, like the little one podcast and the first stream. I can't be here, all right? I don't like doing that. Something that, there's nothing I really have control over. It's something personal going on, and I cannot stream tomorrow's early stream. So that means nothing at all. No podcast and no gameplay at all. I guess it kind of works out that Redfall sucks, because I don't think there's going to be too many people sad that I'm not playing Redfall, but I do think there will be people who will be sad that I'm not playing a major stream on Tuesday. Like I was supposed to and was scheduled to. It sucks, but it's just life. There's nothing I can do. Sorry, I'm not going to tell you why, because it's really no one's business. It has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with my streams or my business personal. Okay? I do hope to do a late stream Tuesday night. Now, what it'll be, I mean, I'd like to play what I wanted to play, Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. So, I will let you guys know during the course of the day how things are going. And if everything is fine, then I'll tell you, hey guys, I'll be here tonight, 6:45 p.m. And what I'll do is I'll post up both on my Twitter at TacomaDSP. I'll also post up on the community tab here. I just can't share details anymore with anyone on the internet because of people online who like to bully people because they can get away with it online. There's such a mob mentality of hate against me that any personal information I put on this internet is used to harass, to bully, to threaten, to do really awful things. So I would love to tell you exactly what's going on, and I just feel like that's not safe to do it, and I'm not going to.
So how are things going on DSP Reacts, his new channel? Well, his stupidity and mind-blowing reactions were on full display, as he would explain what free will is, and also how he inspired Review Bra.
Many of them aren't deterministic. Secondly, it sounds like what he's saying is free will doesn't exist because free will is determined by a number of concrete factors in life. He's right. But that's the concept of free will is not, you have an infinite number of possibilities of which you can just do whatever you want. That's not free will. I mean, if that was the case, you would be an omnipotent being, a god. That's not what free will is. Free will is supposed to be within the means of what you have in your life. You have freedom to choose what you do with the time you have. That's what free will is supposed to be. I can choose to do this. I can choose to do that. I can choose to say this. I can choose to live my life this way. I can choose to eat this, act this, right? That's what that means. So it's confusing to me because it seems like he's saying that free will, if we're truly free, you can just do whatever you want. Yeah, but no one's omnipotent. I think there's a qualifying characteristic here. The qualifying characteristic is that we understand that you can only act free within the means of how you're living, right? For example, a frog can choose to eat this bug or that bug. That's a choice that it makes. It's free will to choose. Do I eat this bug or that bug? But the frog can't choose to drive a car because it's a frog. It'll never drive a car. It has limits. So you're saying it doesn't have free will because it can't drive a car? Well, no. It's limitations of your existence. You understand? Anyway. Speculation around whether consciousness is a quantum phenomenon. There's no hard evidence that even if it turned out that the future is not determined because of quantum physics and that consciousness is a quantum phenomenon, that wouldn't give you free will. That would just mean that you are random, and random isn't free. Consciousness really relies on quantum physics.
Random, that's also true. Random is not free will. The idea of free will is that you have choice. There's each active conscious choice to do something. That's supposed to be will. Get it? Free means you have the freedom to choose. Will is the choice.
That means every time you make a decision, that's like a quantum coin toss as to which way you go. Try flipping a coin to every decision you ever make. You won't feel free. Trust me. Now, why does this matter? Why does this annoy you so much? Because so much of our society and systems of living are predicated on the idea that people could have done otherwise. Big example, the justice system. Rehabilitation always takes a backseat to retribution because the punishment of criminals is the right thing to do because they chose to do the wrong thing. Maybe they made that choice. That was because of their brain structure, which they didn't choose. Or their upbringing, which they didn't choose. Or they did it, which they didn't choose. Look, on an emotional level, I get it. I want my enemies to suffer.
But that also doesn't make sense because how many people don't commit crimes? If it really was not a result of free will to choose to do the wrong thing, then why is everyone just committing crimes because no one can stop themselves, right? If this were the case, it wasn't a free will choice to do something wrong, then why does everyone just do things wrong constantly? Why do some people choose to do the right thing and others choose to do the wrong thing?
Alone makes no sense whatsoever. Punishment that says rehabilitation, or protection, or even deterrent, maybe there's none of it there. But because free will doesn't exist, moral retribution can go out the window. Another one, the economic idea that people should pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Everyone's free to innovate and work harder. But if they literally don't have the ability to do that, suddenly our economic system seems a lot crueler, doesn't it? Now, does this mean we should stop trying to make ourselves better or society better? No, these are good ideas and useful for our subjective illusions. It just means that whether it's going to happen, what's going to happen anyway. Look, at the end of the day, there's overwhelming evidence.
I will actually agree with him on the economic one, because that is a stupid economic philosophy that people use. Oh, the reason that this one person ended up rich and famous and successful, this person didn't, because that person was lazy. And that's literally not the case in like 90% of cases, actually. It does have to do with means. It's the means, not the choice. If you have, think of it this way, Elon Musk is one of the most wealthy, influential, powerful people on the planet, because he's rich. If he didn't get born with a spoon in his mouth, like he was, we probably would not know who Elon Musk is. Even if he's a genius, probably most of his ideas never would have actually ever gotten the light of day at a popular way. You understand? But that's because he's rich. And that's not anyone else's fault. He's rich and you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Decisions you make were born by the factors of your genetics and your upbringing, neither of which you control. Even if you do believe in free will, there's like a tiny, tiny margin. Like, we're not free to do a lot, surely, right? So we can agree that almost everything you do is determined. If not everything, but like whatever. And why doesn't it affect more of how we do everything? But hey, if you disagree, I can't blame you. You're always going to.
He says you were always going to. Maybe people choose to. I don't know. This reminds me of my old style of video. This totally reminds me of me, how I used to do videos. He looks like he's looking at a camera and he's adjusting the camera. This totally reminds me of me, how I used to do stuff, right? Really. I mean, he's definitely different. He's well dressed.
Wow, Cash. I know that's true though. What we're looking for is the Galaxy Fold G.
But look at his hair. He's all fancy made up for the video. But that's kind of the style I used to do with my old vlogging series.
I think that this item is on the Little Caesars menu.
So he is doing it just like I used to. He has a camera that he sets up. He records himself. This is exactly how I used to do it. First I was recording just the food, then I would record me eating food with a camera. So it is my old style. Huh.
Yeah, the slides, I have a little bit of it from it.
If you're getting distracted looking at something to the side of the camera, I wonder what it is. Oh, you know what? I know exactly what it is. I used to do this. He has a camcorder that has the screen that flips and it pops out the side. So he's looking at himself on the screen. That's exactly what it is. He's using a handheld camcorder that had the flip screen. So he sees himself on the flip screen, but it's slightly off the center. So that dude, this guy, wow. If I actually inspired someone to do something on the internet and they got successful, that's crazy. And I'm happy for him. He's taking this seriously. He's doing it in a very professional manner. It looks like he's damn popular for doing it. 273,000 views. Good for him. Good for him. Yes. No. A standing ovation. A standing ovation. I can't believe it. Yes. That's good. Thank God. Because let me tell you, I couldn't keep doing it. Remember? I couldn't. I had to stop doing these. I told you guys I couldn't keep eating this food, and I didn't want to keep having my meals become a video for the internet. So I'm happy that someone has taken the idea and ran with it and got huge. That's cool. Because this is 1,000,000% my style of how I used to do it. He's even having the same things I used to do, which is pretty crazy. So good for him. I'm very happy for him. I'm glad that he's doing this. I mean, 273,000 views on my food vlog. This is when I used to do DSP Tries It. It used to more than pay for itself. Like I go spend $20, $30 on a meal that would be an expensive thing, a big pizza or whatever. But then the video would actually make a good amount of views and money on it, so it would be justifiable. This guy, at 270,000 views, he's probably making good bank on it. So good for him. I seriously, this is awesome. I'm glad someone, and by the way, again, he's kind of different, right? Very different in his style. How many guys you see dress up professionally looking like this to do a food vlog? It's interesting. Someone is saying, listen to this. Review Bra, also known as Reporter of the Week, is highly articulate compared to you. Review Bra is not inspired by you, he doesn't know who you are. Who said that he was? What are you talking about?
You just said it.
I like it because it seems to me like it's very similar to my old style. This guy took it ultra seriously. He's saying that's what I views, which basically means to me that he's found a way to find it and catch up to the YouTube algorithm bigger than the blow up to the YouTube algorithm. The blow up will be popular doing it. He's even using my camera techniques and things. Like I'm understanding why he's looking off center for the camera. I get it. I'm saying he's very different from me. Look, he's dressing professionally. He's more seriously spoken. He's talking about the product for 5 minutes for me to piece it. Different quantities to do it, but that's cool. To see someone doing the same kind of content and succeeding, I gave him a standing ovation. Why are you talking like I'm trying to say he was inspired by me and Shinoku? I never said that, you fucking idiot. You stupid mouth noodle moron. Why do you put words into my mouth because you're a jackass trying to make me look bad? How about this? Go fuck yourself. How about that?
What?
Shit. Thanks for the $1, man.
Around this time, we started
Thank
doing movie reviews as well, which didn't last long because of low views.
Reviews have been hit or miss. I started reviewing things with the Last of Us television show, and those reviews did well every week. But since that show ended, and I started reviewing older content such as movies, television series, they haven't done so well. I'd say the best reviews I did was the Joker movie, The Walking Phoenix Joker, and The Whale, starring Brendan Fraser. Outside of that, my review videos struggled to even hit 1,000 views. And that's rough for me watching a whole series. I watched all of Peacemaker, 8 episodes, and then I reviewed it, and didn't really get any traction. And this is the thing, like, people ask me for years and years to do reviews, and start doing them, oh, well, not that interested. Well, nobody asked for it, right? And the thing is, a lot of people are watching new movies. That's not even viable. To watch a new movie, you have to go to the theater. You have to schedule a time to do it outside of my streaming schedule. You have to spend big money on movie tickets and the like.
Oh, let's go.
You're talking over in the middle of all by myself. You'll be like $20. I'll go with my wife, she's my wife.
Range, baby, range.
No, I'm not going to do that. You see, what is viable is watching stuff on demand on these video services. Anything that's on, HBO Max, soon to become just Max, Amazon Video, Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, or anything else, Paramount Plus. What's the other one too? Peacock, right? All these different on-demand services. Okay, so all these are viable to watch if you know exactly what you would like to see me do. And I told you guys this month I'm going to cancel Hulu, and I'm going to probably get another video service in place. The question is, what video service? I don't know. Do you know of a show that's coming out or a movie coming out in the next month or two that you'd like to see me watch and review? Let me know. Share that information. But outside of that, I'm just kind of watching stuff based on your suggestions here on streams or whatever. And sadly, the reviews aren't doing good. And it is frustrating when I watch something, I see how to do it, I have thoughts formulated on it, and I see the video out, and no one seems to be interested. So, I'll be honest, I think the reviews haven't done well. Maybe I should save the reviews only for if I'm going to do like a brand new show or movie, and then
Then we have a hilarious moment where during the stream, DSP got a call from his wife at work say that someone stole the tire off her car while she was at work.
Let me tell you all what's going on. I have to cancel the rest of the stream. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream tonight. Here we go again. This is insane. Are you ready? Let me, I just, I don't know if I'm going to be able to upload this right now. So, first of all, let's do a $7 tip shout out here to Darren. So, Darren is saying that this meme today was derailing the chat and you guys need to fucking stop the meme. Well, guess what? I agree. Everyone stop the tyranny right now, so I don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm done with it. Because now I'm really upset and there's nothing to do with you guys, and I'm done with it. Stop it right now. Everyone just cut this shit out with the dumb fucking meme, okay? Alright, so here's what's happening. I go on break, I check my phone. My wife has been texting me saying, call me immediately, I need your help. Alright, I call my wife. She's at work. Don't know what happened. You ready for this shit? You're never gonna fucking believe this shit. Are you ready for this? You guys, I'm sorry, you gotta get off my lap right now, buddy. I'm not in a good mood. He gets out of work, and it's not even, she wasn't even getting out yet, she was on break. So she went to the car. The fucking car is on a jack. Someone stole our tire off the fucking car in the parking lot. This is how bad the crime has gotten out here in the Seattle area. Someone just stole our fucking tire off of our car while it was parked in the parking lot. So, they took the whole tire and the bolts. They took the tire off, and they didn't take the bolts. So now, we have a spare, but we can't put the spare on the car because we have no fucking bolts to put the spare on the car because they stole them. Okay? So, my wife is stuck there. She can't leave, obviously. And she was waiting for a coworker to be able to go on break and take her to the car store, you know, like one of these car park stores, and explain to them our car make and model, and hopefully they give us bolts or sell us bolts, so we can at least get the spare on to drive the car home. This now means I now have to, at some point, I doubt it's going to be tomorrow, because tomorrow, do you really think that police is going to be able to take us in emergency tomorrow? I could try, but likely, within the next day or two, I'm now going to have to take time off of work to take this to a car place, to explain I need a wheel immediately, right? I need a new fucking tire. I can't drive on 3 tires, and I don't want to drive on the spare more than just, you know, a minor thing, this sucks. I have to buy a whole new fucking tire now. And the other thing is when you get a new tire and you're bringing it with other tires, now the alignment's off, right? Now I can't afford 4 new fucking tires for this car. This is an emergency. Now I have to buy 1 tire to replace the stolen one. Like, this is so fucked up, right? It's seriously, it's just frustration to the point of, like, what the fuck? Like, what just happened? I just had a week and a half that was amazingly positive. We had great stream-based support, and now, of course, this has to happen to negate that, right? So now, all that positivity, well, guess what? Now I can't stream for the rest of the stream. I'm done. I can't stream anymore. I might not be here tonight, because what I gotta do, I gotta call my dad to talk about this, because he's a car guy. Then I gotta probably take an Uber out there to be my wife, because I don't want to leave her there alone. So I'm probably going to take an Uber out to the mall to be with her for all this is going on, you know. It's fucked up. And now, I don't know if I'll be here tonight for the late stream at all. And I don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow's supposed to be my day off, but I have no fucking tire for this car. I don't know if it's safe to drive on a spare for my day off just to do my errands and shit. So I got to talk to my dad about this and figure all this shit out, okay? So, I'm out of here for now, guys. Obviously, I didn't want to end the stream now. That was not my intention, but now I got to go to figure all this out. Like I said, I'm going to call my dad. I'm going to call an Uber. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to have to handle it, you know, in any way that I fucking can. This is fucking bullshit, you know? Now, here's the thing. Now, how do I even tell my wife, how do you feel safe when you're at work? If at any point someone could just fucking rob our car in a normal parking lot. This is not an empty parking lot. There's people in and out. So that means people, they just did it and no one said nothing, no one cared, right? It's unfucking believable. So, sounds like I'm gonna have a story to tell you guys. If I do come back tonight, on a late stream, it'll probably be just me talking about this and doing Q&A rather than gameplay. I'm gonna be pretty fucking frustrated, okay? Did I save the game? I think I saved. I did. Let me save again, because we're done. I can't even fucking play now, right? All I just want to do is go fuck someone up, but... Okay, guys, so that's it. I'm ending the stream here. Tonight, there may or may not be a late stream. If there is, it's probably not going to be Final Fantasy like it was supposed to be. Thanks for understanding. And, this was a great stream. I was having fun with Zelda, but now I gotta get out of here and make some phone calls, alright? So, guys, thank you for understanding. Maybe I'll be here tonight. Follow me on, Twitter. I'll let you know. I'll post up here on the channel page. I'll let you know what's going on. And go from there, okay? Insurance should cover it. Yeah, but I still have to pay for it first, right? Well, I still have to go there. I still have to get the spare on. I still have to contact a place. I probably have to look for my car insurance, call the car insurance company, tell them what's going on, and they'll probably say, well, I'm gonna have to file a police report. That's another thing. When I get there, what do I do? Call the fucking police? I don't even know what to do. You file a police report for a stolen wheel? Are they gonna do anything? Alright. I gotta get out of here. Okay?
DSP would then dox that his wife worked at the mall and went on a crazy rant about his tire being stolen.
Get back to the story. So I'm streaming Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Okay? We're having a good time. Right? We're about 2 hours into my stream. It's time for my break. Okay? So I go on my break, and I looked at my phone, and I noticed, oh shit, my wife has been texting me for about 30 minutes or so, but, I've been playing the game, so I'm not paying attention to my phone particularly. As you guys know, I have everything on silent in the office on purpose, so there's no distractions during streams. Kind of necessary when you've been doxxed multiple times, all your shit's on the internet, you gotta make sure everything's, silent so you don't get interrupted. And so as soon as I go on break, I see this, like, oh shit, so I call her right away, and I said, what's going on? And she says, so basically, she was getting, I don't even remember what the story was, exactly, because the whole thing hit me so hard. I don't know if she was going on break, or she was actually getting out of work, whatever it was. She was leaving her job, and she walked into the parking lot. And as she's walking to the car, she realizes, she's like, what in the hell? Our car, get this, which is locked, secure, everything should be safe, is supported by a car jack, and a tire is missing. Okay? If you don't believe me, I have evidence. That is our car, in the parking lot, where my wife works, missing a fucking tire. The entire tire. Not just the rubber. The entire tire has been removed. And as if to be extra dickish, they took the lug nuts. They took those fucking lug nuts with them. They did not leave them. Okay? That is what she sees when she's coming out to the car after work. So, the funny thing is they left their jack. I hate to tell you guys this, I'm not sure if you're aware, what do they call it, economies of scale, or, you know, the law of equivalent exchange? The value of a car's entire wheel is not equivalent to the value of a car jack. It is a very unfair exchange. And although I appreciate the fact that they actually left the car jack, alright, sadly, it is not a fair trade. And I'm sorry, I appreciate the nice gesture perhaps, but it's just not right. Okay? So this is what my wife sees when she's going out to her car. Like, what the fuck? So, she runs back inside, and of course, first thing she does, she tells, you know, the other people she works with what's going on. They call mall security. Mall security gets involved, comes out, looks at the car, and the mall security basically says, well, we can't touch anything. We're not true investigators. We can't do anything here with that. You gotta call the police. You gotta file a police report. That's how it's handled. And then once the police are involved, it's the police's job then to contact you and us. And when they contact us, they may ask us for information. Alright? Now, the good news here is that at the shopping center where, you know, my wife works, there's cameras everywhere. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I wish this was an exaggerated joke. It's literally not. There is an actual camera set up about 20, 30 feet away from where this happened in the parking lot. It's right there. It's a security camera. And it's you know, must have gotten something on video of this. It had to have. Okay? But what you gotta understand is, around here, crime is very high. So, there's potential that if someone actually did this, there's absolutely no way that they're gonna get them, because likely they were probably wearing a hoodie, a mask. They were probably wearing things that would, you know, hide their identity. And you might say, well, if someone's gonna steal your entire wheel off of your car, they couldn't just walk away with it. They must have had, like, somewhere to put it. And you're right. They probably drove up in a car, removed it, tossed it in their car, and drove away. But the question is, you know, would that have been caught on camera? You know, what information could the car have a license plate, or is it a fake license plate, a stolen expired license plate? I don't know how are doing this kind of stuff. Right? Anyway, so, my wife was talking to security about this at the shopping center, and basically getting all this information on what she should do, how she should file a police report. And, you know, then I went out, right, I called her, and she's like, well, you know, I don't even know what to do. And I was like, let me think about this. Is there a spare in the trunk? So they checked, and there is a spare tire in the trunk. Alright, that's good. The problem is, there's no lug nuts, because they took the lug nuts. Okay? So you can't just put the spare tire on. You need to get lug nuts for the damn thing to put it on. Okay? So that's issue number one. Issue number two is, how quickly could you maybe, like, get a replacement wheel? And the answer is, if it was just a tire, you could take it to any tire place. Like, you could literally take this to, whatchamacallit? Like Goodyear, or something like that. You could probably get a tire right away, and it wouldn't even be an issue. Right? But the fact is, they took the whole wheel. So I need to get a specific wheel type for this car, which likely they probably don't even have something like that sitting around in stock, right? So already you're talking about it's going to be a pain in the butt, right? It's not just, oh, just get a tire replaced like the tire pop. It's, oh, the whole freaking assembly is missing off of the car, okay? So, that's the issue there. So we're talking about, what should I do? So in the meantime, I said to my wife, I said, let me call, my dad knows more about cars, he'll kind of know, he'll be more minded on what to do about this. In the meantime, you know, work there with the security and file a police report. Get that moving, so that way that's in process, while on my end, I try to figure out what else we're going to do here, okay? So, I call my dad, and we have a conversation about it. My dad's very level-headed about this stuff, and he says, basically, you know, you basically gotta get it to a car place. You gotta get them to look at basically see what tires and order one for you. There's nothing you can do about it. They're gonna have to order a tire. They're not gonna have one there. But it really is a situation where, you know, can I get this spare tire on the car and drive it around? Is it secure? Is the spare tire good? Right? The good news is, I've owned this car since it was new, and I never used the spare tire before. So the spare tire should be fine, okay? So the issue got any lug nuts for the damn thing, because they hooked them, okay? And by the way, shout out to Devin who did super chat. Talking about Tesla anti-theft protection, that's great. If only we could all afford a Tesla, you know. Sadly, we're not all insanely rich. Understand, but thank you for the super chat regardless, yeah. Okay, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so, I'm talking to my dad, and he's like, yeah, so what you basically have to do is see if you can get that spare on, great. If you can't get that spare on, then what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to call the car place, see if they recommend towing service. I can tow the car to the car place, and then that car place can essentially see if they can order a new tire for you or whatever, or not just tire, but a whole new wheel for you or whatever. So basically, I talked out with my dad, like, what exactly I should do, what are the steps. Because I don't want to go out there, because, you know, probably gonna end up going out there myself to help handle it, you know. Quite frankly, you know, Kat is shaking about this, you know. You go out to your car, you have a whole missing freaking wheel, you're kind of shaking up about it, and I want to get out there to help her with the whole situation, so I'm there with her, we handle it together as a couple rather than just one person trying to figure it all out. Alright? So, basically, I get off the phone with my dad, and, oh, by the way, let me talk about insurance, okay? And essentially with insurance, the way that it would work is, the only chance insurance would cover this, there's certain situations, some insurance will not cover a tire at all, some will, it's situational. But insurance is like not even a factor at this point, because there's so much that has to happen before you can get any kind of car insurance involved. For example, we need a police report, the police likely have to get information from us, like this photo and other stuff, and then they'll likely want to check with the surveillance, and all of that, to see what they can determine if they can figure out who this is or not, alright? And then, after all that's done, alright, then you can worry about maybe, after having a replacement tire and everything done, or replacement wheel, I should say wheel, because you're doing the tire and the wheel. The tire is just the rubber, the wheel is the entire assembly business, okay? So once all that's done, once the tire replacement wheel is purchased, then you can look to go to your insurance, give them a Costanza 6.0 has just tipped me $100. Wow. Well, thank you to George Costanza 6.0. That's very, very, very generous of you. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. I know I wasn't expecting that or looking for that tonight at all. And it's so very nice.
And that was May 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed that.
By the way, I'm just gonna start banning people right now because I've had enough. I'm serious. I'm really tired of this bullshit. Okay, here we go. There's another one. I'm just gonna ban like 10 people. Wanna know why? Because they're scumbags. They're sitting here, alright? And here I am, talking about all kinds of topics, and all they're doing is harassing Jinx in the chat for being supported this week. So fuck all of you, and you're all getting banned right now because I know you're just fucking sitting here and trying to ruin things for everyone. You're assholes. Okay? So there's 4, here's 5, let's keep going. Here's 6, here's 7. I'm just gonna keep going. Because I've had enough of your shit. I laid down the law last week. It's like you guys are fucking deaf or something. No, I'm not gonna put up with your fucking bullshit. You're gonna come here, you're gonna harass other people. You're gonna be stupid and talk only about like, fuck you. So I got like 8 people. Should I keep going? Should I literally just ban every person? Oh, here's another one. That's 9. Okay, let's keep going. Because, you notice I mentioned it, and I moved on. I'm being on other topics. Then I look back, and there's all these fucking, support, Jinx, support, Jinx, support, Jinx, 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 fuck you. I've had enough of your shit. I'm really done with this shit. It's to the point where, like, every day I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna look at these fucking new sock accounts and just wipe them out. I had enough. There's another one. And here's another one. Where all these generic accounts come from? I'm serious, I just banned like 14 of them. They've only been for like a week. It's like they sit in the fucking wings. They literally sit here in the wings waiting for moments like this, and then they fucking all come out together. There's like 14, 15 of them. Well, I just got rid of like 14, 15 of them. There. Now I have the chat empty because I got rid of all the fucking idiots. Here we go. There's another one. It's unbelievable. There's another one. See what I mean? What it is, it's this fun. Here's the truth. It's not a lot of people. I want you guys to understand that. There's an element in my chat. It's about 15 to 20 idiots, and they've been here for years. And what it is, they always come in with a new account. So they act like idiots, right? They get banned. Then they come back, and they act nice, and they do it for a few weeks, so everyone knows who they are, and then they start acting like assholes again. And then they get banned again. And they're like, oh my god, I can't believe that person got banned. Because it's the same group of people, it's the same dozen people doing it. So they all, oh my god, I can't believe my buddy got banned. But then they're all gone, and they all come back again with more stock accounts. It's the same fucking people over and over and over. And it's ridiculous that they try to toxify these streams. I'm not gonna allow it. I'm putting down my fucking foot on these fucking stupid bugs that are underneath our feet. Tired of shit. I should be able to mention the fact that it is a fact that we've had a significant streak of awesome support and progress and awesome fun here on the streets in the last week and a half. And I shouldn't have to have them people start harassing one of the major people who've been supporting. Right? What a bunch of fucking idiots. What do you think was gonna happen? Something happy here? There's fucking, again, these people have no brains in their fucking heads. It's like a bunch of vacuous sucking black holes where their brains should be. How do they function? Who wipes their ass for them after they shit? Because it ain't them. Let me tell you, they probably got giant crusty things growing.
And now I'm seeing so much clearer as I sit here staring into your page mirror and all my fears and all that I see but one ESP. I'm fearful. It's 3 a.m. I still can't sleep. I guess this is all I will ever be. This is just not my clothes. That's okay, kind of.
What is going on, guys? We are back with another DSP video. This time looking at the month of June 2023. Let's do a quick recap of the year so far at this point. In January, we saw DSP try to be like all the other streamers, implemented color changing lights, new camera, and start doing React content. February saw DSP doing a Super Bowl event when, after years of banning people that talk about sports in his chat, March brought us the most memorable moment of 2023, the Side Scrollers interview, as it exposed him for his lies and would dictate how the year would go for DSP and his channel. In April, we saw DSP losing his mind and try to image control. As the detractor channels would start to get hit and struck down, people started blaming DSP for it, which he then showed his strike history, proving that he did in fact strike channels, even some to the point of termination. He then told people not to come to him for help because he refused to help. And at the end of the month, DSP was hit with strikes and asked for help from the detractors. In May, DSP had his tires stolen, and we saw the emergence of Jinx, who tried to revive the death streak, which lasted 20 straight streams until DSP got drunk and doxed his name live on stream. So that brings us to June 2023, and one of the biggest stories this month was the release of Street Fighter 6. DSP has one thing left from his glory years, and that is Street Fighter. His one true love, John, is gone. All his friends are gone. His young girlfriend is gone. His business is in shambles and declining every year. The last thing left from that era is Street Fighter. Right from the start, DSP wanted his audience to know that he was not going to be famous in a competitive manner. Keep that in mind for future videos.
I'm not, in any capacity, attempting to be a competitive Street Fighter player, okay? Excuse me. I'm not trying to get to a high level where I'm going to be traveling to tournaments or playing in online competitions. Is that my intention? My intention is to cover Street Fighter as a lifelong fan of the franchise, as someone who grew up in arcades in the 1990s playing this game and then eventually became a competitive player. But essentially, I enjoy the games, but I have no delusions of grandeur that I'm going to explode onto the Street Fighter scene after being away from the competitive scene for over a decade and somehow be something, popular or winning matches. I don't think so, okay? If anything, what I am going to attempt to do is learn the game in some capacity, to know what I'm doing, to understand the mechanics, to try to do at least half-decent gameplay for you, and to entertain you in any way. And whether that means that I actually do try to learn one or two characters and get good with them and play sets all the time, maybe once a week, or whether that means I just do silly madness sets like I used to in Street Fighter 4. Remember Dan Madness and Zangief Madness, and that really was all about just fun. It wasn't about, oh, Phil's trying to seriously destroy the internet. He's just trying to have a good time. And I surrounded with Dan. With Dan, I trolled everybody. Remember, I'm jumping around taunting and doing shit the whole time. And every once in a while, I would win a match and laugh my ass off because he was such a bad character. So essentially, that's what I'm going for. And I hope you're down for that. If you're here looking for high-level competitive play, you're in the wrong place. If you're looking to see Darkseid Phil become a top-level player and take on all the crates online, it's not going to happen. I guarantee you, 10 times out of 10, if I play a notable player in this game, they're going to beat me. Because these guys are playing hardcore, they're trying to be competitive, they're going to do it in tournaments. I don't care about that anymore. But I'm into the game from a perspective of, I love Street Fighter. I I want to be a part of this new one because I've been out of the Street Fighter scene for how many years? 7, 8 years. Why? Because Street Fighter 6 sucked. Excuse me, Street Fighter 5 sucked. I hated Street Fighter 5. Since the moment the beta was released, the game was not good. Okay? And it's a shame because how many more people like me are there that stayed away from Street Fighter for a good 6 to 7 year span? Because that game was stinky. It was bad. It was not designed to be a well-competitive game. It took them so many updates and iterations. From what I'm understanding, it took them 4 years to get it right, and finally get it to like competitive. People in the Street Fighter community who never left it. Oh, by the end, Street Fighter 5 was one of my favorite games. Like by the end, that's like saying Street Fighter 2 came out, you hated it. So then you didn't play the next 5 iterations, right? Oh no, I just kept playing because I hated it. Like what? That's what they've done. It became this community that like they basically created not good game because they didn't play the game. They felt like, everyone admits Street Fighter 5 was not a good game now. Like ask the greats. They're all saying the same thing. It wasn't good. We just took through it. Well, we finally come to the light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully, all right.
Street Fighter 6 was off to an okay start with some money coming in, then its support got an incredible boost. As for the previous 9 months, the fighting games were missing one person, one whale. That is right, it was return of Jax Raxter. We all thought he was gone. He was saving up for a car. However, he couldn't resist the call of Street Fighter 6. Not only did he return to support DSP, he came back in a major way.
Alright, are you ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, I've just received. I'm not kidding, I'm not joking, this is not an exaggeration or any kind of a silly prank. I promise you this is real. You ready for this? I just received. You ready for this? Hold on. No, I gotta go full screen for this. Hold on a second here. We gotta do this full screen. Actually, you know what? Here. We'll do it this way. I just received, ladies and gentlemen, a $1,000 tip. That fucking work. I received a $1,000 tip from Jax Raxer. Jax freaking Raxer. Holy shit, Jax. I don't have an animation. The best I can do is clip one of every animation. So we're gonna start with a $5 animation. And then when that's done, we're gonna do a $10 animation. When we're done with that, we're gonna do a $20 animation. And a 30, and a 50, and a 100, and a 100, and 200. We're doing every animation for Jax Raxer tonight. A $1,000 freaking tip. That is insane. Thank you, Jax. Obviously, that is nuts. I was not expecting that. It's glad to have you back. I know you haven't been around recently, so I haven't been playing fighting games at all, right? Holy freaking
Shit.
I don't think we're gonna top that tonight. I'm just saying.
My apologies.
I don't think we're gonna beat Jax, so I guess I'm not gonna have to update the leaderboard much. Like, holy shit. $1,000 tip. I can't stop saying it. $1,000. 1,000 smackaroos. 1,000 simoleons. 1,000 dinero dollars. The yen are rolling like a river. The M Bison Super Bucks have been hit in effect here tonight. I can't believe it. No, I was not expecting that whatsoever. That's right. It's a tip so nice, I can't stop saying it, because I certainly wasn't expecting that tonight. Thank you so much, Jax. Now let's see what Jax has to say. I believe it's been over 9 months since I actually attended one of your live streams. I'm going to keep going with the animations, by the way. Let's keep going through all of them. I want to make a grand announcement of my return to your streams. I've only put a little bit of Street Fighter 6 today, as well as the demo and the open betas. I feel this is equal to Smash Bros. Ultimate for my favorite fighting game. I really enjoy the graphics and the animations, the new driving system. Now everyone has a valid defensive move to drive. In fact, yes, correct. Actually, everyone has 3 different defensive tools with this now, which is really good. The World Tour is the weakest aspect of the game, but it's still great to see Street Fighter having a nice single-player mode. Let's continue with the animations. The training is amazing. The best I've actually ever seen in any fighting game. I know that you have been down on Modern Fighters, but I hope you give Street Fighter 6 a chance here. If you like it enough to bring back Friday Night Fights, Street Fighter 6 is an amazing game. I agree with everything you just said.
Despite the money coming in from Jax, DSP was angry at the game and the developers as he found out that people could mass spam friend requests, and DSP took it out on them.
So it's already written annoying pop-ups, so let's put out and see if we can stop the pop-ups. I knew that was going to happen, by the way. Let me see if there's a way like going to settings to stop annoying stupid pop-ups. Let's see here. Multi-menu. Private and everything, which is why I really block. But it seems like anyone could just send you non-stop friend requests no matter what, right? How stupid. Like, what are you supposed to do about that? You tell me they're not gonna fix that like this, huh? Is this the same person? Here.
In these
crystal
bubble.
Legend Killer says you won't see this in actual game mode, I'll leave stopped. Otherwise, I was literally in the tutorial and it was popping up on my screen during the tutorial. So how the fuck am I gonna play the game if it pops up on the tutorial, right? It really is stupid that they don't plan for this stuff. Obviously, people are gonna stream your game. They don't want constant pop-ups on their screens. So why did you make there's no option on options? Everything's set to private now. So there's nothing else. I've done everything I can do to make everything private. If I keep getting invites, there's literally nothing I can do about it. So we just gotta ignore it now, right? As incredibly stupid. All right, anyway, here we go.
Now you're probably wondering, how did he do in Street Fighter 6? Well, let's take a look at some of the footage.
Wow, my 360 got stuck by a jab apparently.
Aha.
I literally got counter hit by every single button she pushed. It seems like all her mid-range normal beat her. Or beat him. All her mid-range normals seem to stuff his. Really, it's all frame advantage to her.
See? Okay, we're good.
It's all frame advantage to her. I can't do anything about it. Seriously. I did mine. It didn't come out. It's bullshit. I gave it the Air 360. I've been holding tap and hit. It's giving me Air 360. That's awful. I don't know why I'm getting it. What the fuck? Yeah, literally that.
And these crystal boy. One night stay, one night stand home, one night and one more time. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. Tastes like you and you could've.
We noticed when we first got him that he did have head shakes, back leg scratching both sides.
I had that one view.
It was an accident.
There are no accidents.
Yes, I know. It was an accident.
There are no accidents.
Yes, I know. It was an accident.
What if the world's most famous fried chicken recipe had vanished in a fire? In the 19...
So...
I'm just young, rich, and tasteless.
I shaved...
I'm his grandson, big dog, but you are not changing.
Why do you still post if you can't get more than 5 likes?
Look, if 5 people like my video, that's 5 people I made smile. Maybe it's just 5 likes to you. But to me, that's 5 reasons I'm not quitting.
Why do you still post if you can't get more than 5 likes?
Look, if 5 people like my video, that's 5 people I made smile. Maybe it's just 5 likes to you. But to me, that's 5 reasons I'm not quitting.
When George finally got his very first mon mate, everyone around him just laughed because he chose the weakest one, Flamow. He knew at that moment his mon mate needed him most. They kept clearing dungeons over and over, determined to grow stronger together. Soon, George's bag was overflowing with upgrade stones. He thought, finally, I can evolve my Flamow. But Flamow was confused. She knew George's goal required rarer, stronger mon mates, and she was just an ordinary, common Flamow. So one night, she silently bid George farewell, leaving him 3 rare pet eggs. She knew the material she'd gathered for him would surely hatch new, more powerful mon mates.
Mon Mate Master, get 200 consecutive free draws.
No.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Man time. Chad, are we
Yeah.
doing a hollow or a crystal?
To yours, son.
Oh, I love the magic card.
What up, Adele?
Go!
No.
What do you do for?
Last month we saw James whale out and stream the whale out by game travel. You would give between $30 to $50. For message, you can vote tips or use win loss stats. This is a gripping note that the game tells you your stats. The more the game tracker spent money, the more PayPal noticed, to the point where his teams were frozen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your therapist. There's been a certain individual, alright, who has been incredibly supportive of my treatment. Okay, I'm not aware of his name. Where do I not be? But I need Game Tracker. I'm self-familiar, okay? And Game Tracker knows that this Game Tracker is going to be out, but you've been so supportive. You've been trying to see it, like seriously, absolutely amazing, outstanding, awesome. Every day I'm pleased to come by and hit. What I mean by that is, it is to me strange to me. So I'm pleasantly Game Tracker.
Gardenscapes. Who are you visiting here?
Wow.
Oh, you see it? Something's in there. Getting a few new ones. Right on. What?
And there doesn't seem to be any consistency to it. Why it happens? I have no idea why his tip froze. And he even said, he wrote me an email. He's like, I'm sorry, because this sucks. He says, I can't just continuously tip and have them all go on hold. And obviously, especially some of these might unfreeze, I can't keep doing that. I'm like, yeah, Game Tracker, no problem. I understand. Like, I don't want you to keep tipping and having them all frozen, and all of a sudden 10 tips unfreeze down the line is hundreds of bucks. Right? That's crazy. So essentially, he did a big tip today. Right? It was his usual $29.99 tip that he does overnight. Usually it's a $30 tip. We play an animation and everything, but it's frozen. Since it's frozen, I can't apply it to the stream. There may be a chance that, sadly, they're going to end up, what can I say? They're going to end up like not clearing it. Now, I don't know why PayPal wouldn't clear it. It doesn't seem to make sense that they wouldn't, but you never know with this damn thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Was Street Fighter 6 saved every stream by Game Tracker, you would think that DSP would not have to beg, right? Well, it seems that Street Fighter 6 was the only game bringing in support, as it would play Diablo and Zelda as well, which bombed. So this month, the begging increased 1,000 times.
Guys, it would be great if you just support the stream today. As you can see, I'm continuing to try to use new characters, which is what you were kind of telling me you wanted on today's pre-stream. Please support the stream in any way, alright? Thank you. Oh my god, this sucks that, this really sucks that the PayPal stuff is so screwed up. But there's nothing I can do about it. Well, thanks to those who have supported the stream again, guys. It'd be great if you could.
Settings.
All of your support for Street Fighter has been great thus far. So I would like to keep that pattern going, especially because if I'm going to keep that the daytime streams, right? And trying new characters and everything, then your buy-in is essential. So thanks to everyone who's here chilling, anyone who supports the stream, thank you in advance. People will shit. It's going to be $1.57. People tell you to get a real job. The job does pay shit. You're jealous when you sit down and play video games and get paid for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Again, guys, about 1 hour left. A little over an hour left on the stream. Great to get support. You can see today is probably the slowest Street Fighter stream we've had since the game came out. It'll be great if we take it up a little bit. They need to happen.
Sleep.
Thank you in advance to anyone who chooses to stream, okay? Again, if you guys support, guys, we're in the final hour. It would be greatly appreciated. ESP is the GO. Visit a $10 super chat. ESP is the GO for super chat. I will quickly check tips, guys. The tip notifications are super delayed the past 2 days. I'll just make sure everyone gets and I didn't shout out. Thank you to everyone who supported the stream today. If you have half an hour left, thanks for any contributions at any time
Never.
in advance. We got nothing to know. We are. Now, by the way, guys, tonight, if you support the stream, thank you in advance to anyone who supports this stream. Here's the deal. I'm having issues with YouTube, alright? So, I would definitely appreciate any support tonight. Really appreciate it. Keep this whole thing going. Actually, tips were good and got a bunch of members, but tips were actually on the slower side. So, if you were thinking of contributing tonight, yeah, tips would be a preferred method. I'm certainly not saying, hey, that's the only way things should contribute tonight. I'm not wanting to contribute anyway. I don't want you to throw some out. I'm just saying, tips would be great right now. I don't think that was a slower tips day earlier today, but everything else was great. Okay? So, yeah, 2 tips guys. And so far, I see, is this true? There's no contributions? There's a shout out? I see nothing. So, be sure I shouldn't check. We good? A tip came through and a pop-up, or the message came right away. So, thank you, Canadian Kirk, who just tipped me, right? Canadian Kirk? So, it looks like PayPal's fixed. Thank God. That was a nightmare for like a day and a half. I couldn't shout out anyone's contributions. That sucked ass. So, it looks like now we'll be able to. Everyone who's here, thanks for chilling. And I hope you were enjoying the stream. If you could please support the stream, guys. At this point, anything is appreciated. A like, we're only at 39 likes out of the 100 likes we had in the stream. A super chat, we've had one all night, $1.99. A membership, we've had none tonight. A tip, we've only had 1 tip tonight. And, I'm trying to, offset what else has been going on this week. And earlier today, we got a great thing with everything but tips. Tips are actually slow earlier today. Tonight, if you're going to contribute, a tip would be much appreciated. But anything would be appreciated at this point as we continue to play Zelda. Alright, guys? So, if you can, please continue, or please contribute, and thank you. Now let's continue. Yes, PayPal is fixed. I got the notification earlier. No, PayPal's not messed up. To my knowledge, it was working. I haven't checked, but we got 1 tip tonight. What can I say? I guess it's going to be a slow tip today. It's fine. Yeah, we actually have quite a bit of super chats and memberships on the first stream, so I'm just going to go ahead and Zelda stream for support time. I'm not going to sit here and bitch about it. I'm going to play Zelda. I want to play Zelda. Honestly, thanks. Everyone chill. Thank you. Anyone who supported the stream anyway, thank you. Slow stream tonight for support. That's not the end of the world. I've had a great week overall. And anyway, any support tonight obviously is greatly appreciated. As you can see, we lost about 100 memberships over the weekend when I wasn't here because I have no freaking internet. So that kind of sucks. Any support tonight, super chat, a membership, a like on the stream, a gift membership, a tip, all would be great. Keep in mind when I'm playing matches, I do have to concentrate on the game. I will do my best to shout out the contributions between the matches and update the leaderboards and all of that. Okay? Thank you guys. Please support the stream tonight if you can. Please, please, please. And thank you. Alright. Alright, we're off to the races, everyone. Thanks for being here. If you like the content, please support the stream. Give a like or a super chat or a membership, get a membership or a tip. Here we are, everyone. My first time playing with Marisa in about a week. Alright, let's continue. Again, guys, if you are enjoying tonight's stream, thanks for being here. We'll support viewers and fighting. It'd be great if you could support the stream in some way, as simple as liking the stream helps. But everything else is greatly appreciated. In fact, thank you, Diop, for a $10 super chat. I will read out that ginormous message after this second. I can't read it now. Oh my god. Alright. Guys and gals, everyone watching with 400 people, it'd be great if you support the stream tonight. For that beat, liking the stream. So if you get 100 likes, I try to go for every stream I do here on YouTube. Or super chat, membership, get a membership or kit. We appreciate it. Please, if you can, if you're enjoying the Street Fighter gameplay, thank you. Alright. Alright guys, well, you guys know about supporting the channel. I'm not going to talk about it all night. We were complaining on saying too much, but we are about how we use tonight's stream. As you guys can see, support is where it is. It's great to get some more, especially if you enjoy me trying to get better in the game, okay? Thank you for the anonymous tip was. I appreciate that. Again, guys, anything else you want to support the stream, thank you. I appreciate that very much. If you are enjoying the playthrough, everyone, I would appreciate it if you could support the stream in any way, whether that be a like, talking to me is cool, a super chat, a super sticker, a tip, a membership, a gifted membership, all much appreciated. Alright? Thank you so much for watching my download for Chill Stream. So we got this dungeon. So guys, again, if you are enjoying the playthrough, sure, it'd be great if you support it in some way. Thank you to everyone who does. Also, if you're watching this on demand on YouTube, remember, simply liking this video, leaving comments. Perhaps considering that there's a floating bush right there. You see that right next to the tree, the floating bush? You see it, right? It really sticks out. Anyway, you're watching on demand. Remember, you support the playthrough in many ways as well. Like I said, you can comment, liking the video, or you do a thanks to the channel, that'd be great. I think this is probably one of the biggest drop-offs we've seen for a brand new release, Elite Day 2, and about 200 less viewers, and for actually slow down. It's not the end of the world. I'm certainly not complaining. It's better to get I've had 6 minutes of being positive, but I kind of wonder everyone about how it's going to game. I was like, here's what happens when you start playing chill. I don't really see mainstream attendance for this album. It's kind of being a game. Well, I think this is a good time to split the part, guys. We'll for about an hour. Again, if you are enjoying Diablo 3, it would be great. If you like the video, comment on it. If you're watching on demand after the fact, that would help a lot for engagement. Again, anyone like it, if you want to contribute, thank you. Let's continue. Alright guys, so yeah, we're halfway through tonight's Diablo 4 stream, and yeah, as you can see, this is slowed down to a crawl when it came to support, and actually, we have about 200 plus viewers than last night, so it is what it is. I was curious, how would this work? And now we know. It's just going to be another late night chill stream like any other game. It's basically the same as like Final Fantasy 5 right now, honestly. In fact, I actually think we have less support tonight than we have Final Fantasy 5, so it is what it is, I guess. Not a huge deal. Street Fighter's been going great, so don't get me wrong, but I'm just making a factual observation here. Yeah, and all the people who screamed, Diablo 4, where are those people exactly, right? Gee, I wonder. Anyway, let's continue on with another hour of chill fun. Let's go. Give advice if you can, and support if you can. Earlier today, I was able to do an impromptu 2.5-hour stream, which was nothing like my normal daytime stream. It was really weird. You know, some people did support who could, but it was a really weird one because I showed up so late because the internet wasn't working. And so tonight, any support you could lend would be greatly appreciated to make up for my missed stream last night and my essentially weird half stream earlier. Thanks to anyone who does anything to help out, whether you like the stream, whether you toss a super chat or a gifted membership or a tip my way. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Little Pro, for the super chat. Our first super chat of the night. Again, guys, please, I would appreciate if you support the stream tonight. Already, we had a missed stream last night and a totally screwed up stream earlier today. So already, I'm basically way behind this week, which sucks because I had such great momentum going with 256, and this internet being out for a day fucked me over. So if you guys can support tonight in any way, I would really appreciate it. Whether liking the stream, super chat, super membership, gifted membership, you also have 400 memberships, and then I couldn't stream for a day. And of course, we didn't hit the 6 goal, the hack today either. So anything appreciated tonight, everyone. Thank you. I hate losing momentum, I really do, but it's not my fault, so fucking bullshit is screwing me over. Alright, guys, please, tonight, if you're joining us, please support the stream. We have $8 not needed, $6 a tip, and earlier today we hit the goal, and I missed 2 fucking streams. This is stupid internet bullshit. So if you support my stream tonight, I would really appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll go back to Zelda on the main stream, alright? Zelda on the main stream tomorrow, and then, you guys tomorrow night, I don't know what I'm playing tomorrow night, I might be taking my Marisa. I'll think about it, what I'm on that late stream, and then we have one more main stream with this. So we take 2 out, we got more. But yeah, please support the stream. Right now, this is one of the slowest streams I've done in ages. This is the slowest Street Fighter 6 stream, that's for sure. And it's also already behind the scenes with this fucking internet bullshit. So, guys, a little under an hour left on stream. Again, I really appreciate it if you guys like Street Fighter to support the stream. I'm sorry to keep asking, but as you can see, it's the slowest supported Street Fighter stream I've had. After a whole day, I lost the stream. So I appreciate it if you support it. If not, well, I guess I'm screwed. Alright, so guys, everyone who's here, thanks for chilling. And we were doing the stream. If you could please support the stream, guys. At this point, anything is appreciated. A like, we're only at 39 likes out of the 100 I like to get every stream. A super chat, we've had 1 all night, $1.99. A membership, we've had none tonight. A tip, we've only had 1 tip tonight. And, you know, I'm trying to, offset what else has been going on this week. And earlier today, we had a great day with everything but tips. It was actually slow earlier today. Tonight, if you're going to contribute, I would be much appreciated. But anything would be appreciated at this point as we continue to play Zelda. Alright, guys? So, if you can, please continue, or please contribute, and thank you. Now let's continue. Yes, PayPal is fixed. I got the notification.
DSP has a business degree, but racked up 13 credit cards and went into debt for $500,000. So he decided, with that knowledge, to give advice about credit cards. He would also talk about how he wanted to use credit cards to pay for his trip, and go between cards to pay each other.
I can tell you from personal experience, this is what happened to me, is when I moved out here 9 years ago. A lot of my move was financed by credit. And my idea was that I was going to take promotional rates on credit cards and shuffle them around for like 4 or 5 years until we paid out all the balances on everything until it was all paid off. What ended up happening was within 1 year of me moving out here, so much awful trolling and things happened to my business that my income went from up here to down here. And when my income was essentially halved, I couldn't afford to stick on that plan anymore. So now what happens? Well, I'm just going to make a minimum payment. That's all I can afford. So what happens? Interest rates skyrocketing. Money, owing incremental interest on everything. It's just insane what happened. And I couldn't keep up with it anymore. To the point where I was making minimum payments on every single debt I owed. And it was like I was borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. You ever heard that term? I'm taking out debt here to pay the debt I owe over here, so they'll stop bothering me. But now they're going to start bothering me because I took out debt over here. You understand? Anyway, with all that going on, all I can say is there's nothing wrong with credit cards. But they are incredibly tempting because when you have one, you think, I can spend it all and pay it later. That's really not how it works. You're going to be spending a lot and then some of anything that you spend on a credit card unless you're in some really unique promotional situation. I don't recommend anyone rack up credit cards. I don't recommend anyone take out a bunch of credit cards. It's just that good. All right? Doesn't matter what anyone says. It's funny because there's services out there that say, oh, you should take out a bunch of cards to help your credit. It's the worst thing you can do, right? But anyway, I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you from my own personal experience. But if you are dead set on selecting a credit card, find one that's going to have benefits you like. You know, like I said, everyone is different. Some of them have loyalty programs if you're a traveler or travels all the time. Some of them give you like a ridiculous amount of points on purchase plane tickets and stuff like that. So it's worth it to look into that.
We also got the start of the Comcast drama, where at the very end of his DSP versus the internet, his internet dropped off and went offline. There was an outage in the area, but that was also the start of the Trekker Comcast. He missed 1 day, but acted like it was years he missed. And he tells us a very interesting story about how he spent his day out.
All the internet in the house went out. It wasn't just this internet line in the office that I stream with, because I have 2 internet lines. I have one upstairs, and this is for uploading and streaming, and I have one downstairs, and that's for things like the wireless connection to my phone, watching TV downstairs and stuff like that. So that way they don't cross over and they don't interfere with each other. So I'm like, if both lines went out at once, there's absolutely no way I got hit with a double DDoS. It didn't happen. It had to have been that the internet's actually out legit. So I check everything, and yeah, everything's out. I contact my neighbor. Yes, my neighbor's internet's out too. All right. So I figure, wait a little bit. I'll have dinner. I can't upload or anything. Right now, here's the thing. When the internet goes out, the only way that I have the ability to go and talk to you guys is by connecting with my cell phone internet, the 5G internet that my cell phone has. All right, to their wireless network. Excuse me. And try to post up via Twitter or make a community post via my phone. Now, here's the big thing, and this is what a lot of people didn't know or didn't understand. I don't have good cell phone reception at home. To give you some perspective, right now, I have one bar in my office, okay? If I move around my upper floor, I can get upwards of 3 bars, but it usually dips down to 1 bar or 0 bars all the time. It's not a consistent thing in my home, all right? It's just not good cell service here. In fact, I need to drive around the corner, and then cell service is great. I have better cell service if I leave my block than if I'm on my block, all right? And it's not just my cell phone company, it's all cell phone companies here. It's just the service is not good here. The internet is fine. When the internet's working, my phone is always connected to my internet, and that's how I do everything from home. So some people say, well, why don't you get a 5G hotspot? Why don't you have the 4G backup that your internet company offers? Because it doesn't work. It's just as bad as my cell phone internet. I literally would not be able to stream on it because the connection is awful. You understand? There's nothing you can do to fix that. If you have bad cell phone reception, you have bad cell phone reception. I just can't improve it, all right? It's one of the reasons why the county internet I have, the very expensive business line of internet, because I can't use other alternate things. There's satellite internet. That's terrible out here. But I have to use Comcast. They're the one option I have to be able to do the streaming stuff that I do on a daily basis. They're the only one. Other companies out here don't have the speed, don't have the capacity, and the cellular style satellite service isn't good enough. There's nothing you can do, okay? Now, that being said, I tried my best to try. Oh, by the way, I just went to 2 bars as I'm sitting here. You see what I mean? It fluctuates like crazy. It goes 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, 2, 0. That's how it works. So I tried to keep you guys in the know. I let you know, hey, if I can come back tonight, I'll do this other stream on late night. Sorry that the stream ended the way it did. But in the meantime, I have no way to turn off my stream on the SP package. Excuse me. Because on YouTube, here's how it works. If you start a stream on desktop, the only way to turn on that stream is on a desktop computer. If you turn on a stream on your phone, the only way to stop that mobile stream is on your phone. You can't actually do the crossover. Like, I can't stop a phone stream on my desktop. I can't start a desktop stream on my phone. The option's not even there. Okay? So this stream is endlessly on, and people are confused. They're going to the stream and talking in the chat saying, is the stream still on? What happened? What happened to Philly? It's gone. You know, it's very weird or bizarre or whatever. So people can't figure it out. So I can't turn the stream off. We're just stuck. It's endlessly gone. So I try to log in to the Comcast website to get an update. And it takes forever, because like I said, my cell phone service is so bad, it's constantly just losing connection. It took me probably about 45 minutes to finally log into the Comcast site. And the Comcast site claims, oh, your internet will be back by 6:40 p.m. So I'm like, oh, good, I'll be able to do my late stream. So my wife and I can't do anything. We eat dinner, but we can't do nothing. So we took a nap. We took a nap on the couch. What else are you going to do? There's no internet in the house. You can't do anything. So I wake up at 6:40 p.m. and I go check. There's no internet. So I go and check the business website. Oh, update. So now your internet should be live by like 7:45. Wait a minute. Right? Like, what is this? So I tell you all, I guess the stream's canceled because I can't come back. There's no internet. 7:45 comes rolls around. There's no internet. Oh, they changed it now. 9:45. I was like, oh, I'm seeing a pattern here. What's happening is they don't know. They don't really care to actually communicate that, but instead they're going to keep lying to the customer, which is probably the worst thing you can do. Instead of having unreasonable expectations, just don't give the expectation. I told you guys this a million times. You under-promise and you over-deliver. You don't over-promise and under-deliver. If they keep giving ETAs that are blatantly wrong, all they're going to do is piss off the customer, and that's exactly what they did. It's the worst thing they could do. Their customer service is fucking horrible. Okay? So, here I am thinking, oh, it's going to come back. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, it's going to come back. Never comes back. So, basically, I have no internet all night. All right? So, first, my wife and I are like, so what should we do? We have no internet. Well, we have some things to do around the house. We do some housekeeping. We actually had a series of cat newsletters that we had built up over the course of several months. We were reading and doing cat newsletters and stuff like that. Finally, it's apparent. It's like maybe 9, 10 p.m. It's apparent the internet's not coming back. And we're like, so what are we going to do tonight? There's no internet. Everything we do is on the internet. Everything we watch, everything we listen to. And I'm like, you know what? We got rid of a lot of them. We do still have some Blu-rays left. And we do still have the PS4. We could hook up the PS4 to the TV. We could watch some Blu-rays tonight. So we started going through everything that I had. And I don't have that much left. I have like Christmas movies and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not watching Christmas stuff now. I have a few Disney movies left over that we saved. I have the entire series of Fraggle Rock on Blu-ray. That's childhood Muppet show that I used to watch when I was a kid on HBO, and I absolutely loved it. And I bought the Blu-ray at one point. We had the entire Batman animated series, which is kind of fun, and a few other odds and ends. Okay. So we're looking at all this. And the whole TV show Fringe, that sci-fi show. I have that whole series on Blu-ray too. I saved that. So we're looking through it all, and we're my wife's making a tough decision. She's like, yeah, I don't know. I want to watch sci-fi. I want to watch more cutesy stuff. And we decide, let's watch Fraggle Rock. Why not? There's still time watching Fraggle Rock. I haven't watched it in a million years. So we ended up watching a few episodes of Fraggle Rock. So a couple hours to watch Fraggle Rock. And by now it's time to go to sleep. Like, well, hopefully the internet will be back by the morning. What else are you gonna do? Right? I tell you all before I go to sleep. I was like, hey guys, the internet company that you lie. I go to sleep. And by the way, as I go to sleep, they update and it says, oh, your internet will be back by 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Okay. By the way, in the meantime, no, Comcast didn't reach out to any customer to tell them that there was an outage at all. You have to somehow figure it out for yourself, and you have no internet. How do you do that? So they leave you in the weeds. They don't care. So they have a service where it says you can sign up to get text updates when your internet comes back. So I signed up for it. I said, yes, here's my cell phone number. You text me when the internet comes back, so I know what's going on and I can stream. Okay. So I go to sleep and I wake up in the morning. It's now probably like 8:30 to 9 a.m. on Sunday. No internet. I was like, this is ridiculous. So now it's been 16, 17 hours with no internet. What is going on? And so I talk with my neighbors again, and they're like, yeah, we still have no internet either. And now I'm
covered the vehicle involved in the crime, but it was
Aha. Aha.
Level 80.
If the celestial scales of...
How?
Tu m'as dit que tu peux pas être au restaurant. Je sais que depuis que t'as eu ton bébé, t'es moins là. Je sais, je l'ai vu, t'inquiète pas, tu me l'as dit de toute façon. Moi je t'en veux pas, t'inquiète pas, toi. Moi j'en veux, c'est aux 3 autres surtout. Le loup-garou, Mimi et Amoureuse. Je m'en fous après. Bon, ça va, Léna? T'es en conduite?
Ouais, je rentre du boulot là, je pars seulement maintenant.
Ah, d'accord.
J'ai fait 8h, 18h, j'ai pas fait de pause ce midi, la journée était longue.
Ouais. Ah, t'as pas fait de pause?
Bah, j'ai fait 15 minutes quoi, je suis allée chercher un sandwich et je l'ai bouffé devant mon PC quoi.
En fait, t'es parti chez notre sandwich, t'es reparti là. Laisse tomber.
C'est ça.
Non, mais elle a rien fait de mal, ma meilleure petite étoile. Elle est super gentille, attention. Elle vient d'avoir son petit bébé et tout. Et puis elle était au restaurant, ça me l'avait dit, c'est le jour de son anniversaire en plus. Mon match. Non, elle est toujours là. Mais quand il y a son. Comme j'ai dit, hein.
And we're back. Sorry about this. Part 2 of our look.
Surtout quand on a des enfants. J'en veux pas, moi. Ah non, j'en voudrais jamais, la petite étoile. Elle a toujours été là.
Sorry, we didn't have enough space.
Ça va, la vie en rose? Tu veux pas monter, la vie en rose? Vous voulez pas monter? Elle est là, elle est toute seule, là.
Il y a que des femmes hein, sur ton live?
Moi, j'ai que des femmes la plupart du temps. Et les mamies, me kiffent. Je te jure.
Les mamies?
Ouais, une fille. Elle me dit je t'aime, tu m'aimes comment? Mais je dis je t'aime bien comme amie, pas plus, quoi.
Quoi?
Bonjour Vitaly, ça va? Fini?
Actually able to go online, I'm able to see like a service map, and the service map says it's not just me, it's not just my neighbors, it's about 9,000 people, including businesses, that are all affected, and it's my entire region, basically 7 different zip codes were affected. And here's the thing that really sucks, it was Father's Day yesterday. There are a lot of businesses that rely on Father's Day, restaurants, and guess what? And guess what? All the restaurants around here had internet, so they couldn't ship internet, they would take care of it on Father's Day. A day when naturally they're going to have more business and need the business. So just think about that, right? So, I'm looking everywhere, alright, and basically, I'm in a situation where, what are we going to do? There's no internet. My internet company is not giving a proper ETA whatsoever. I said to my wife, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to call them. I'm going to talk to someone. And if they can't tell me when the internet's coming back today, we're just going to go out. We're not going to have a whole day wasted. What an awful thing to sit at home all day with nothing to do, right? Because everything we like to do is on the internet. So, we're not going to waste our day. We're going to go out and we're going to have a day out. Which is rare that we would just do that. We never do that randomly. But hey, why not? Why not just go out and enjoy the day, right? So, I call the internet company. They won't let you speak to a human. Because basically what you do is you put in your information and say, oh, this is in your area. We cannot help you. I'm serious. This is what the line says, the automated line. We cannot help you with that. Even if you talk to a customer service rep, they still cannot help you with that. Therefore, we'll contact you when it's better. Have a good day. And the line hung up on me. Yeah, that's the customer support that Comcast has. The line tells you they can't help you and hangs up on you. Wow, that's amazing. That's really great customer support. Right? Like, that's just outstanding. And so, after being hung up on and told that I can't talk to anyone, I said to my wife, we're going out. So, she got ready. Now, that entails putting on her makeup and everything, getting nice and dressed up. And so we go out, and we went and got a little bit of food, and then we went out and did a few things. Like, there were a few things we had wanted to do on our day off last week. We didn't have time because we had so many appointments and things we didn't get to them. So, I'm not going to say too many of the things that we did, nothing too crazy. But one of the things that we ended up doing that we didn't get to do is we actually went to Bed Bath & Beyond. Now, for those who don't know, Bed Bath & Beyond is going out of business. They declared bankruptcy. They're closing all their stores at the end of this month. And they've had a store here that we used to go to, semi-frequently, not all the time. And we enjoy shopping there every once in a while. The problem with the prices, they were always too expensive, and things rarely went on sale. So we went in there, the entire store is 40% off, some things are 60 or more % off, alright? So we start going around the store, and we're like, oh crap, it's not just like, junk. Everything they had in the store, and by the way, this store has a giant, drug department. I'm like, dude, we've been wanting to get allergy medicine for the longest time, and allergy medicine is incredibly expensive. Well, here it was like 50% off. So I got a bottle of Flonase that's normally $19 for like $9. I got, all these, basically stocked up on everything. We walked in there, and we stocked up on all the shit that we used, and we got it all like half price. I was like, wow, I'm actually really, really glad that we came here today, because we're actually going to save a ton of money in the long run with all this stuff. Where I stocked up on mouthwash, all of the things you would use in your house that, anything that's like toothpaste, mouthwash, medicine, those kind of things are usually expensive, and we got them all half price. I was like, wow, this is really good. So, we ended up stocking up on that stuff. Now, while we're there, alright, I get a text from one of my neighbors, and one of my neighbors says, oh, I think the internet's back. And I'm like, I signed up for the text notifications from Comcast, they didn't send me anything, are you sure? And then another neighbor texts me and says, well, I'm not an internet expert like you, but all the lights are back on my modem, and I think my internet's working. And I was like, oh shit, so maybe the internet went back on. So I said to Kat, all right, let's wrap it up here, right? We were already out for a couple of hours. Let's wrap it up. Let's try to get home. Now, what sucks is, my wife's like, well, it kind of sucks because if we did get ready to have a day out, like a whole day out, and we've only been out for a couple of hours, but at the same time, yeah, it makes sense to go home now, the internet's on and everything. So, we basically rushed back home, okay? And yeah, the internet was working again. So thank God my neighbors told me, because if my neighbors didn't tell me, I never would have known the internet was bad, because again, Comcast didn't do what they said they were going to do, and text me to tell me my internet.
This was also at the height of everyone finding out about Derek being a psycho in Cherry Pim's chat rooms. There would be emoji of mango ice cream and also Trader Joe's tacos. DSP's chat would hound and make fun of Derek for his degenerative activities. However, DSP hated this and immediately started defending Derek.
Yeah, Derek, just ignore the idiots. You don't have to ever give any... Seriously, I mean this. I think everyone was a rated box, all right? Everyone listen up. Everyone stop what you're doing, all right? Everyone, let's all sit back here for a moment. In fact, here, I'm going to take the glasses off, too. I'm in a heartfelt moment with my audience here, all right? So here's the deal. I have noticed an element on my streams recently, all right? Here's what it is. My trolls, /haters, /detractors, / whatever the hell you want to call them, all right? I think they finally come to a realization that all the nonsense that they've thrown at me doesn't work, okay? So rather than try to throw stuff at me, they seem to be redirecting their ire towards the viewers, okay? And what I've seen in recent weeks, in particular, I've seen an increase about this, is that they're trying to go after people in the chat, they're trying to go after supporters, they're trying to cause drama. And what they'll do is they do it in a way that doesn't necessarily outright look like it's an insult or look like it's something that's meant to break the rules, but it still eats at you. So I'll give you some perspectives, all right? I'll be sitting here playing Street Fighter, and they well know that I cannot pay attention to the chat when I'm playing Street Fighter. And they'll come in here like a dozen of them at a time, and all of a sudden they'll start saying things like, oh, there's a troll, look, they're trolling, this person's trolling this person, they're trolling that person, trolling. And I'll look at the chat, and there's no trolling. It's just a bunch of people saying in a circle, oh, you're a detractor, you're a troll, you're trolling me, why are you messing with me, why are you harassing me? And I look at it, I'm like, but it's not happening. It's just a bunch of people talking in a circle to derail the chat. You see, and they're doing it on purpose, because they realize that now it annoys everyone. It annoys me if I look at the chat and watch people talking about trolls. It annoys the common viewer who's coming in just to watch the gameplay, and they look at the chat, I can't even talk, because everyone's talking about trolls. You see, this is a common thing they do. If you ever notice that suddenly the chat turns and everyone's saying exactly the same thing, it's because every streamer's doing it. It's very simple. There's a streamer who likely says something on the stream, and then these idiots come to the stream from the streamer, and they all have regurgitate what just said something, some negative meme or some dumb shit. All right. So for example, because Derek just brought it up, he says, you know, I'm upset because last week people kept saying a certain video, I nominated that video for DSP versus the internet. But I didn't nominate any videos. I lost my membership. I don't have to get the membership over there anymore. Well, Derek, the reason they're doing it is to piss you off. You understand? Like that's why they're doing it. They know you didn't nominate the video, but they're trying to get your go. And the thing is with these kind of people, the moment that you give them even a piece of recognition to say, I acknowledge that you're saying this about me, that's what they want. That's exactly what they're looking for. They're looking to get your attention and to waste your time and to get us some kind of a real weird feeling of self-worth out of thinking, wow, I actually impacted someone today in a negative way. I wasted someone's time. I annoyed them. They actually feel like confirmation that they did something today. You understand? When you're a loser, this is what you do. You sit on the internet and you harass other people because you have nothing going on in your life yourself, so you got to bring down others around you to feel good about yourself. This is one of the ultimate lowest forms of existence on planet Earth. Essentially, you have no existence. You don't have a life. You're a loser. You just sit there wasting your life away instead of doing something productive. And this is what these people do. So you got to understand that. When you see that kind of behavior, when someone's trying to harass another chatter, when someone's trying to act, I'm into real Phil's chat today and all this nonsense, that's what they're doing it for. You know? And if someone contributes to my stream nicely, and then they oh shit, I just got harassed on my social media channels. Yeah, those are the biggest losers on the planet. That's who they are. They literally have nothing going in their lives. They are way below any of us who are trying to have a productive, positive life. You have to understand that. But they're trying to bring us down to their toxic level. And the best way to go about it in life is to completely ignore them. They don't exist. Because that's the key to get rid of them. The moment you give them a little thing of recognition that, oh, they got my go, that's what they're looking for. And so even
ability proxies, guys.
Ouch.
Mentioning that, oh, they're saying that I nominated a video and I didn't do it. You're giving them what they want, okay? Sitting in the chat saying, I don't understand why people saying that I'm a detractor or troll. I'm not. You gave them what they want, all right? That's the opposite of how to handle it. Just ignore it. Literally just act like it doesn't exist. Because then, guess what? They don't exist. They're meaningless people.
Do you got your mic on? Yeah. I need to talk to you before you go. Before you go. I can switch it to internal. Okay. All right. Can we do that? Yeah, go ahead. I got to talk to you before you leave. Go over there. Love you, though, son. I love you. I love you, son. I love you, too. Y'all take care of y'all. Get some rest. Sleep good. See y'all next time on the speed out. Grandma speed out. Sister speed out. Bye-bye. Do you got your mic on? Yeah. I need to talk to you before you go. Before you go. I can switch it to internal. Okay. All right. Can we do that? Yeah, go ahead. I got to talk to you before you leave. Go over there. Love you, though, son. I love you. I love you, son. I love you, too. Y'all take care of y'all. Get some rest. Sleep good. See y'all. They don't even, you know what I mean? They add nothing to anyone's experience on planet Earth. They're just here to fucking take up space and breathe air and waste everything. You know, they could be productive people. If
if they actually stepped outside of their little pull zone and actually had a spark of intelligence in their fucking brain, the synapse exploded in their brains. Like, oh, I can actually do something positive with my life. Let me get up from this toxic thing that I type on and go do something with my life. But some of them sadly they're not that smart. They think that that's the use of their life. So you pay them no heed and you let them sit there in their troll pads, their troll caves, doing their troll shit, and you just ignore them. Right? Take a look at how many people have tried to bring me down in the last few months. Has it been the end of DSP gaming? Has everything fallen apart around here? No. Actually, things are going good, right? I'm reinvigorated for Street Fighter. I'm playing a bunch of high-profile new games. Everyone's having a good time on the streams. We're not letting this shit bring me down. Fuck them. Fuck the white noise bullshit out there. Fuck the troll idiots. You know, no one cares about them. Let them sit there in their bullshit areas. Oh, make fun of everyone because I have no content to offer anyone, right? You ignore them. Ignore the toxicity, okay? That's the best way. Because again, the absolute moment you give them a second of your time is the moment that they feel like they've got recognition or confirmation that what they were doing was valid. So just ignore them completely, all right? That's the best way to go through it. So I understand, like Derek, I know you were harassed last week. Literally ignore it. Say nothing. The moment you said something, you gave them what they wanted. You understand? So it's that simple, all right? Okay. I hope that's a lesson for everyone. Because listen, it's hard. You can't always do it. All right, I understand. You can't always do it. If someone just keeps prodding and prodding and prodding and prodding you, I get it. You get some point like, I gotta react, right? I hear you, because it happens to me too. But the vast majority of the time, if you can ignore it, that's the way to go about it. Understand? Okay. Hope that makes sense. Radical Jaws did super chats. I played Platoon with a friend. I've had my shit targeted by trolls. I ignore them. Don't worry about them. Yeah, exactly. This is the idiots. They're just moronic people. Just ignore the nonsense. It goes away. Oh, really? This taco thing makes fun of Derek now? You guys are fucking losers. I'm trying to say this officially. If you make fun of any stream chat, Derek or otherwise, you're a fucking loser. What is your life? You sit on a streamer stream, you pick on someone who's in the chat? Like, how low can you be? Like, look at your own fucking life, you fucking loser. You're gonna sit there and make fun of someone online who you don't know, doesn't do anything to hurt you, just because it makes you feel better about yourself, right? You're the loser. You're way worse than anything that these people have ever done on the internet if all you do is sit around trying to make fun of them and bring them down. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Pathetic. You're low level life. And you should really think about improving your life and doing positive things in your life instead of trying to hurt others. And the thing is, you do this all the time. I don't know what these memes mean because I'm a positive streamer. I'm not focusing on your toxic shit, on your fucking V streams and your fucking Discord servers and your Reddit threads and your fucking nonsense. You're gross people. Really, every one of you who make fun of someone like that, you're a disgusting individual. You really should spruce it up. Take a look at yourself in the mirror and realize you're no fucking amazing paragon of existence on this planet either. You also have flaws. Maybe you should work on yourself and stop worrying about everyone else. Leave everyone the fuck alone and just fucking fight. Then you can fly on my stream if I see people getting harassed. You're just out of here. And I'm just not putting up with bullshit. I'm tired of shit. People coming to my stream and this is gonna be your way to sneak diss someone and stuff. Fuck off. Really, grow up. What the fuck's your problem? 41 years old, I have no time for children on my stream. We're gonna be nasty to others. This is supposed to be a place where we're all having fun with games, we're enjoying ourselves companies, and not fucking being dicks to each other. You wanna be a dick? There's 5 million other fucking streams where all they do is make fun of people constantly. They're toxic fucking cesspools of shit. Go swim in the shit toilet and get off my fucking stream. How about this? I'm gonna give you all a big recommendation. You ready for this? Leave Derek's name out of your fucking mouth. Derek's not here. He's not affecting anyone in a negative way. Shut the fuck up. If I see you talking about him, I'm just gonna fucking cock slap you with an ashy cooked penis off the stream forever. Because I'm tired of hearing it. I really am. Like, how much of a loser do you think?
Okay, let's go.
No one cares. You're obsessed. You're the weirdo obsessed with this one chatter. Not me. Not normal people. You weirdos out there, shut the fuck up about Derek and stop harassing him, or I'm gonna get you off my stream forever, and I'm not gonna feel too bad about it either. In fact, when you ask to unban, I'm gonna write you a special email that says, ha ha ha, you fucking idiot. Maybe you should act like a fucking respectable human and not harass people. Okay, I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna say it to myself. I don't have time to write an email back. Okay. Who made me this mad? Listen, I'm just tired of nonsense. Really. I'm coming back. We got a 5-day streaming week, so we're already got a shorter week, right? I gotta make my streams mean something. We don't have time for your bullshit. Oh, it's taco day. Tiffany Diggs is taco me now. Fuck your taco. Shove it up your ass. I'm here to play Street Fighter. I'm not here to dick around with you like you're a 4-year-old. All right? Jesus. You may enjoy your you're not coming back. You just started harassing Derek Cat. Go fuck yourself. Okay. Chad Michael Furry, re-up for membership says, oh, it's an asshole. Chad Michael Furry, fuck you. You're now banned too. Like, you guys are real fucked up, right? Okay. Every single person who's gonna harass people, you're gonna get banned. I don't care. I don't wanna hear any of that, right? It's just simple. Either be nice to people or ignore them. That's the rule. On the stream, either be nice to people or ignore them. Don't be nasty to people, because that's not allowed. Sorry. If you want a place where people can be nasty to others, oh, there's a lot of toxic streamers I know about that you can go visit, and they're not here on DSP Gaming, so leave.
DSP had yet another ego rant about his legacy, how people should give him credit for inspiring other people and other creators, who then go into a rant about how he's the originator of the term playthrough.
I will tell you this, and I'm sorry if someone disagrees, I think it's bullshit. I was using the term playthrough before anyone else of prominence was using it on YouTube. Because purposefully, I did not want to call my game playthroughs walkthroughs. I did not feel that when I was doing a series of videos on a game, that I was doing a guide. I feel like a walkthrough is someone's holding your hand and walking you through the game as a guide. That's not what the content was that I put out. So I would call it playthrough. Alright? At the time, I'm not kidding you, people gave me shit for it. If you take a look at videos back in the day, there's actually comments on them, and it's like, why are you calling it a playthrough? It's a walkthrough. The playthrough isn't even a word. Like, you made that up. And I would explain in my videos, no, I want to call it that because I don't want to be called a walkthrough creator. These are not walkthroughs. These are supposed to be playthroughs. You can find that line as early as back as 2009 in my channel descriptions. These are playthroughs, not walkthroughs. Okay? And the funny part is, now, almost everyone says playthrough. It's been adopted as common terminology over the last 10, 15 years. But back then, people actually gave me shit for using it, saying it wasn't a word, and I'm saying everything wrong, right? What a weird person, what an oddball, no, you're doing walkthroughs. I was like, no, I'm not. They're playthroughs. But another major reason that I call my videos playthroughs is because everyone back then was calling it Let's Play, right? And I didn't like the idea of calling my videos Let's Play because that kind of felt to me like we're playing together as a community. Now back then I wasn't doing interactive live streams. Okay? Maybe today you can argue. If I'm playing a game like Zelda or Diablo, there's a lot of community input. People talking with me in the stream chat, and that if you're calling it a Let's Play, it makes more sense because it really is a group of people contributing to the overall gameplay of the game, right? So in that regard, I can say, yeah, you have an argument, right? But back then, I was playing offline, I was playing single player, doing all solo improv commentary. How can you call that a Let's Play? It's not us playing together at all. I hated that terminology. That was another thing. Everyone would say, you're making a Let's Play. Like, no, I'm making a playthrough. They would argue with me. No, it's a Let's Play. Everyone calls it a Let's Play. You're just being weird and calling it something no one uses. And now everyone says playthrough. In fact, does anyone even say Let's Play anymore? Is anyone even familiar with, a Let's Play, right? Almost no one even uses that terminology anymore, right? It's like it's an outdated term, but everyone still says playthrough. And what's hilarious about that is, there's idiotic people out there who will say things like, oh, you're just out of your mind, that's a delusion of grandeur. No, something that's factually backed up is not a delusion of grandeur. It's you're an idiot who doesn't want to look back at history because you believe in negative memes and can't possibly believe that I was ever influential, right? There was a time when I would put out a video about something going on in the U.S. government, like soap or hip-hop. The video would go viral and get hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of views. People who never heard about the subject matter before would be informed and actually go call their congressman. Yes, that's how influential I was on YouTube at one point. Just because you don't want to believe it, because you don't like me, and you like the negative memes about me, doesn't mean it didn't happen. It means you're a jackass. So, fuck you. If someone's out there, I want to change history because I don't like Phil. He was never influential. He didn't coin any terms. He wasn't one of the most prolific YouTubers. He wasn't at the top of YouTube ranks. He never was good at Street Fighter. I mean, you want to talk about revisionist history, what these idiotic people have done. And then you get moronic people who are interviewing me, do no research, and then say dumb shit in the interview like delusions of grandeur, proving how unprofessional and idiotic they are. Yeah, then you get these really stupid fucking takes from people on the internet who don't know shit. Sorry, I'm the person who was there 15 years ago, busting my ass, putting out videos on YouTube, basically changing the face of how commentary was done. Where were you? Probably taking a shit, okay? So, I don't want to hear this nonsense from idiots on the internet trying to say dumb shit, delusions of grandeur. You kiss my fucking ass. I was there. You can't change history just because you want to believe a negative meme and be toxic about me. Go fuck yourself.
DSP always tries to be an expert on everything, and is usually wrong. This month, he decided to be an expert on healthy lifestyles, and starts to give advice to his audience.
It's called, in reality, it's this simple. If you don't have the things that are bad around you, you can't eat them or drink them. If there's no soda in the house, I can't drink soda, right? If there's no unhealthy food in the house, I have to eat what's here, correct? Right? So if I don't buy greasy potato chips, then I can't eat greasy potato chips, but I can eat popcorners, you see? And that's essentially all I do when we shop. We buy just what we need, for the recipes we want, a few snack foods that are from the healthier side, and that's all I eat. I don't snack between streams or anything. I wake up in the morning, I have breakfast. What do I usually have? A bagel with a little bit of cream cheese.
Guys, guess what?
I'll have a breakfast burrito.
K-pop Demon Hunters! What's that? Only the best movie in the world! You want to watch it with me?
Nah, this movie's for kids.
You're lost! I thought you said this was a kids movie!
I never said that.
What? Usually it's a bagel with cream cheese or something like that with coffee, black coffee. Then we have a dinner. And the dinner, I tell you every day what we have for dinner. I think today we're actually having a soup, a new soup, an Italian gnocchi soup that's gonna have chicken sausage, gnocchi pasta, a couple different kinds of vegetables like carrots and stuff like that, and a broth with seasoning. That's our dinner soup. With some bread. We have Italian bread that we're gonna actually cut up and dip in the soup. And then at night, like I said, I'll have like a snack. Sometimes I have hummus with a little bit of bread, or sometimes I'll have a sandwich at night. But it's usually not a crazy sandwich. It's like, a ciabatta bread with 2 slices of chicken, and maybe a little bit of a sauce or something. Nothing too crazy. Maybe some popcorners, I'm not eating anything that's greasy. I'm not eating anything that's full of cheese and fat. I'm staying away from all of that. And I've lost a lot of weight. I really have. And I feel good because of that. Like, I used to have bad knees. I used to have back pain. I lost a lot of weight. I mean, I don't know what I weighed because I think my scale's broken. Like I told you guys, I tried to weigh myself like 2-3 weeks ago, and it said I was like 195 pounds, and I was like, I don't think I'm 195. I really don't believe that. Even looking at myself in the mirror, I'm like, dude, I'm definitely over 200. I think the scale's busted. This is an old scale. I'm going to get a new one. But just not having the bad things around means you're not tempted to eat the bad things. You know what I'm saying? Now, there is another factor to it, Spider-Nito. I do have some medical problems. I have to limit my diet. You guys know about the gout. I can't eat a lot of red meat. I can't eat a lot of things that would be unhealthy. So when I let's say I order out, the one day a week I order out with my wife, I usually get something that's chicken, right? Sometimes I'll get like shrimp, but usually it's chicken. Why? Because I need to. If I have too much red meat, I get all kinds of problems in my joints and stuff with swelling and freaking acid crystals. So I have to stay away from some of the stuff that would already be considered more unhealthy anyway. You see what I'm saying? So in that regard, it's kind of been like a forced diet change too. But that really is the key. If the temptation isn't there because it's not available, then you're not gonna do it. You know what I mean? If I
I remember when I
built the pyramids, right? It was tough. It was tough as a motherfucker. You built the pyramids? Yeah, because we was hauling all the stuff out like...
I was had soda and ice cream and tons of cheese and shit in the house. I'd probably be eating it. But it's not here, and therefore I don't eat it. Like, listen to me. I'm a chocoholic. Alright? It's a problem. I love chocolate. And when there's chocolate around, I tend to eat it. Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, peanut butter with chocolate, nuts with chocolate, creamy nougat with chocolate, caramel.
Like that.
Let's start. Chocolate. It's all. I can't stop.
Most useless character on this list.
Absolutely
useless. Let me know in the comments below.
Because it's not there.
I'll have to say Shadow.
It's not there. I don't think about it. I used to crave burgers and steak.
Everyone is Pada.
I don't even think about them.
And
It's weird when I say, oh, I
in
feel
the
like I
manga,
need a
we
cheeseburger.
don't see it.
Now that we heard his thoughts on healthy lifestyle and food, let's listen to his rant on how DoorDash didn't give him food from the McDonald's from the right location and audience pushback.
Stupid stuff there. What do we eat? Some people want to know what do we eat on our day off when we actually go out and eat rather than cook at home. We got Mexican food. We went to the Mexican restaurant that we absolutely enjoy going to all the time. We haven't been to in a long time. It's kind of weird because COVID really did change things. You know, there's places we used to go all the time we don't go to anymore. There's things we used to do all the time that we just don't do. It just kind of throws your routines off. And there's this one Mexican restaurant we absolutely love going to in person, sitting down and eating. And then during COVID, you could do that anymore. So we started ordering delivery. As you know, we usually either once a week we order out if we're staying home, or we go out if it's we happen to be going out for that day. And we started ordering from this place during COVID. And maybe once or twice when we ordered, the food was amazing. And then all of a sudden, they started delivering from a different franchise location. Which makes no sense because the one that we go to and they typically order from, we would order from or want to order from, is closer. But I guess what happens with these delivery services, I guess they check availability, they see how busy a restaurant is, and sometimes if it's a slower version, it's the same restaurant, you'll get food from it. This happened with even McDonald's, where it'll be nighttime, you're craving something, man, I'm really craving a McDonald's cheeseburger, let's just toss in a quick order. And this is we want a year to do something like this. And we're like, let's just put an order in. Now there's a McDonald's right around the corner that's really good. So, place the order. Oh, they decided to deliver from McDonald's from downtown, which is shitty. And the food shows up and it's messed up and it's cold and it's dry and it's disgusting.
So
and we're like, well, we don't want McDonald's from downtown. I want McDonald's from around the corner. Why do they deliver from downtown when both are open? I don't know. These delivery services, sadly, you don't get to kind of choose where you want stuff delivered from, which kind of sucks. And that's what happened is we were essentially in a situation where we were ordering from this place for a while during COVID, and then we stopped ordering because they kept delivering from the other place that sucked. Okay? I mean, night and day. For example, we ordered from one, and it would come in a big, nice plastic container that was all, safe, all your ingredients separated, beautiful. They delivered from the other one. Oh, it's in foil. Everything is smashed together and disgusting and messed up in transit. And it's like, wow, really bad, right? Really bad quality. So since we stopped ordering, we've been craving this place, and we went there in person and had a nice meal there. We each got a big burrito. Yeah, my wife got a burrito that was chicken, and I actually got, so since I'm not eating red meat this week, this is like my one day out to treat myself, I got a burrito that had Mexican chili in it. Now, Mexican chili can either be made with beef or pork. Well, this burrito does half and half, so I had half beef, half pork chili in a burrito. Oh my god. Insanely good. Ridiculously over the top. Crazy good. That's really it. Nothing too crazy, because everyone asks, what did you do on your day off? It's funny because we already got people being stupid in the chat. Like, for example, two idiots, idiots, said, well, if the McDonald's right around the corner, why don't you just drive there and pick up the same money? I literally just said at night, late at night, at fucking night. It's like 11 p.m. or something on stack. No, I'm not going to throw clothes on, put on my fucking shoes and sneakers, and drive out to McDonald's. That's the convenience of ordering. But again, people have to nitpick everything I say. They try to say, why did you do it wrong? Well, fuck you. I didn't do it wrong. It's something a normal person would fucking do. And once a year you crave something, you order out. It's 11 at night, just an idiot. Jesus Christ. It really is ridiculous how every time I say something, it's like, we're going to nitpick it and feel stupid. No, you're the stupid one. Because you're a fucking jackass and you're trying to make me look bad every second. Shut the fuck up. Okay, there's like this other person here who said, actually, I don't know. We went away around, so, but I'm just going to ignore it now.
should have to get triggered by fucking idiots in my chat trying to be stupid. Like, literally, anyone else who streams these, they think every statement they say. And okay, yeah, someone said, why do we need to know this? Because it's a podcast. And people tune in to hear from me about what I'm doing and what's going on. Why would you go to a streamer's podcast if you don't want to hear from the streamer about what's been up with them? Then leave. I mean, seriously, some people are just fucking morons.
We also got some more lore of how he treats his son Jasper. As in follow his story, he talks about how Jasper didn't want to use his litter box.
Oh, the life of having a cat. Alright, we're ready to go, finally. Sorry about the delay, everybody. Certainly wasn't planning on that. Okay. Oh. Alright. We're okay. We're okay. Everyone's okay. No worries.
What the fucking...
No, he's not throwing up. Relax. Everyone relax. He's being very fussy. So, you know, I went to use the bathroom, and I wanted to see my wife before I started playing, and she says Jasper is running around the house acting weird. It looked like he wanted to use his litter box, but I guess it was pretty full, so she was changing the litter box out. She was changing the litter box out to be clean, but I guess he had to use the bathroom, and he's running around the house looking for somewhere to shit. Well, like, he has to wait 5 minutes, so the litter box was done. It was clean, ready to go, but he was already had it in his head that he had to go shit somewhere else. So he's running around the house looking for shitting spots. He's trying to shit on the stairs, he's trying to shit in the bathroom, he's trying to shit in the room across the hallway under the desk, so I'm chasing him around trying to get him, no, you're not going to do that. You're going to go downstairs. So finally, I grabbed him and brought him downstairs and put him down, and I guess I walked away, and Kat convinced him to go inside the clean litter box, and now he's using the litter box. So we almost had a house full of cat shit. What's funny is, usually, if he has an issue with the litter box, because we clean it regularly, but if he usually has an issue with the litter box, he'll tell us. What he'll start to do is he'll blow it, he'll claw it, and make a lot of noise, and then we'll know, he loaded it up, you gotta clean it. And in this case, didn't do that. So we didn't know.
President business stole the Craggle, the most powerful.
That he was bothered by the litter box. You know what I mean? Like, we regularly clean it, but we didn't know that he would get...
Je fais une longue pause. J'ai dit je ferai les guests. Comment tu vas? Je fais plus de match mon clave pour l'instant. Terminé. Je vais faire une vidéo pour que tout le monde soit au courant.
How do you know that you're pretty enough of monster maidens?
Mon frérot, imagine. Bienvenue dans... I don't know. It's clean now, so now you should be alright.
After the low-supported long-form react of Internet Historian, ESP decided to make a decision on long-form reacts. Of course, he decided to wait with it.
As of the time, I went to sleep last night, right?
I forgot. No, I won't find it. I was supposed to react to a video, but I don't remember the name of the chat. Oh, shit.
That editor was still running and didn't finish. I believe it finished around 6 a.m. this morning. Yes, it took over 12 hours for the video editor to remove 2 minutes out of this, and now the video is visible worldwide. So anyone who wants to watch my live react to Summer Game Fest, go for it. Sadly, you probably already fucking saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people aren't going to sit around and wait a day for my react to show up. They want it right away, and I couldn't give it to you right away. Like, within the first 12 hours, the video didn't even get 200 views because no one could see it. All right? So now, I took a look this morning. I think the video had like 600 views, and I'm like, so let me get this straight. I did an entire stream, right? An entire stream for this thing. And basically, now I'm going to get no views or attention on it because the thing was blocked for a day, right? Because of this bullshit. And I'm pretty upset about it because, you know, I took time away. We're in the middle of a bunch of huge game releases. People want more Street Fighter 6. People are upset. I haven't played Zelda in a week, and people want more Diablo. And by the way, in a week and a half, we got the release of Final Fantasy 16. All this is happening at once. It's one of the busiest gaming times ever in the last few years. And I'm taking time away to do a live react for this thing, and no one can see it. That really upset me. You know, I'm not going to lie. I actually probably one of the more upsetting things that's happened to me in the last couple of months because I put effort into it because you guys want it, and no one can see it. It's not even a matter of making money on it. I don't even fucking care. The stream did good, but I'm upset that my work can't be watched because of bullshit reasons. It pisses me the fuck off. I'm you know, and the thing is, I get the feeling this is going to continue because this is the kind of stuff, sadly, is being integrated. Well, there's going to be another event this Sunday. Once this out there from being a TV show or a movie or something shown on that, and now you're fucked. It gets claimed down, you can't die, your video's blocked. I edit it out again. It's like, what is this shit, right? It's honestly, it gets to the point where it's so frustrating that I don't want to do it anymore. Like, the way I see it is this. People want my opinions, okay? They do, and I'm happy you want my opinions. But there's many ways I can give you my opinion on something. I don't have to watch the raw content live to give you my opinion. I can easily watch some of this stuff, whether it's, you know, offline myself, between streams or whatever, and talk about it on the Level 1 podcast, or I have a weekly react show called DSP versus the Internet. You guys can submit trailers and clips from these shows on there. I've already done that. If you look in the last few weeks, people are submitting gameplay trailers and things, and I'm actually learning about stuff by watching it on DSP versus the Internet, right? And that's a good thing because it exposes me to that kind of stuff, all right? So the way I see it, all right, especially now, considering the fact that I'm already in a situation where I'm trying to juggle so many new releases, everyone wants more of me playing games, all right? I don't see myself doing live react stuff in the near future. I just don't.
Another rant that DSP went on about was about VR gaming, specifically the MetaQuest. This is something DSP does a lot, where if he doesn't like something, he thinks no one likes it, as if he's the bar for what gamers want.
Honest question. Today is June 14th, 2023. How many of you own a MetaQuest? Probably none, or almost none, correct? Now, I want you to think of it again. Ready? Honest question. How many people do you know in person, maybe a friend, a family member, who owns a MetaQuest? So I'm willing to bet, just those two questions, 98% of my viewer base is going to say, no, I don't know anyone, I don't have one, okay? How do they sell 20 million units exactly if no one has one? Don't you love these fucking statistics? Because it's all bullshit. How much you want to bet that 20 million headsets have been sold means 20 million headsets were manufactured and sold wholesale to retailers who were going to sell them eventually. It's not a consumer actually went and bought the fucking headset off the shelf. It's sitting somewhere in inventory, hoping someone will eventually buy it, and they consider that as a sale. It's the same thing with the Game Pass bullshit. And listen, I love Xbox Game Pass, but it's got to be called out here. Just because someone has Game Pass and downloads a game doesn't mean they bought it. But they currently have